find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that?
Peace, Diehards. What's up? It's your boy Eru, host of the Dynex podcast. As you can see, I'm solo, waiting for Mr. State to pop up, man. This is a State idea to come on at 5. He went dark. You know what I'm saying? We know the State is working. He works nights and stuff, so State probably got pulled into a black hole we can't get out of. So I get it, man. So we probably will see State in a few, but I'm just gonna start the pod now at 5:30 just to get this thing popping. As you can see, my man here, this is like one of State's famous things. I'll play it again once I see him again, but this is the guy.
Find that suspicious?
Do you find that suspicious? It has to do with the accompaniment. The accompaniment. We got this Mr. Tom Thibodeau with the foul thing. I don't know. I could just go on and on about different things. Since we're waiting on State, let's do this here real quick. The Almighty 4C hoodies and T-shirts and stuff, you can still get them. Just contact State, man. Contact State in his DMs, and he'll be able to get back to you about whatever you want to get made. He's supposed to be having another T-shirt hoodie coming out pretty soon, man. But it is what it is. So anyway, this podcast is about company men, right? So before we get into videos and stuff, I'm gonna try to play a video. I tried to do it live before, it didn't really work, but I'm gonna try it a different way to see how this works. But we're gonna talk about company men right after the game. Tom Thibodeau gets his whole press conference and stuff. So we'll talk about the press conference in a second. But this is after the press conference. Check this picture out. You see, this is Fat Joe and Tom Thibodeau all cheesing. Say Fat Joe is looking like a groupie. It's so funny that Fat Joe, for how gangster that he is, he's still gangster. So listen, I don't want no beef with Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? Fat Joe's still the Don Cartagena and Joey Crack or whatever you want to say. He's still that guy. So I don't want no beef with that. But I'm just saying, look, just look at this picture again, man. You're a Knicks fan. Like I'm a Knicks fan. Every Knicks fan that I know do not want to take a picture with Tom Thibodeau like this, man. Right now we all are basically done with Tom Thibodeau. If anything, I want to have a conversation with the brother. Not on some gangster shit, just on some Knicks stuff. I want to know, Tom Thibodeau, what have you been doing all year? Last year it was one thing. It was an anomaly, okay? The COVID. There's no fans in the stands. This, that, and the other. We had Reggie Bullock and we had Elfrid Payton. Everybody was arguing about that type of thing. That argument was a little different than now. People were just tired of seeing Elfrid Payton. He was just not as good as the rest of the team. Reggie Bullock was another guy. He just was not skilled enough to really do what we wanted to, but we still was able to function. And we put all that on Tom Thibodeau. We put it on Tom Thibodeau in a good way. We was praising Tom Thibodeau's ability to make this roster work, and it's fantastic. Now, fast forward to now, it's funny how things change. Last year, Julius Randle was an all-star, second team all NBA. He was an MVP candidate. If the Knicks made it to the second round, possibly even God forbid, like the third round, the way the Atlanta Hawks, if we swap spaces with Atlanta Hawks, Julius Randle could have had a legit conversation about being MVP last year. You gotta say what it is, but we lost in the first round miserably, and then it comes down to now. So listen, hindsight is 2020. We wanted to get more offense. We needed to push the pace and stuff like that. So we went and got Kemba Walker and we went and got Fournier. Fournier was supposed to be better than Bullock, somebody else that a little bit more dynamic scorer and stuff like that. Maybe that we lost a little bit of defense. Everybody knows that. Also with Elfrid Payton, we lost defense, but we got Kemba Walker. So you would think that by adding a better point guard, because we've been begging for a better point guard. Even Tom Thibodeau was begging for a better point guard. We went and got him a better point guard, and then he just chooses to revert back to just the cut and paste offense that he had from last year. So how do you substitute Kemba Walker for Elfrid Payton, right? You switch out, get rid of Elfrid, and then you get Kemba, but then you play him the same way. So you only could take but so much of this, man. So halfway through the season, a quarter of the way through the season, I was saying fire Tom Thibodeau since then. Now it's become like fun to say because of the manner in which we lose games and stuff. But now in this basically the fourth quarter of the season, it's too late for all that. So anyway, I got State just popped in the background just now. So 5:30 works, works for everybody. but I'm gonna wait for State to get settled real quick, and then I'll drop him in there. I'll drop him in. But yeah, man. Like I'm just saying, I'm just trying to paint the picture of what's going on now. So I mean, Tom Thibodeau goes on to talk about fandom, and then how guys are not putting in the work and this, that, and the other. Like I said, I'm gonna wait for State to get himself together. State just give me a signal, let me know when you're ready. So I'm just gonna paint a picture like this. He's saying that the fans don't do the work. They watch a box score. He's talking about fans that watch box scores. Now I know we don't watch box scores. We're diehard fans. We watch the games and we talk about the game all day long on the internet. But there are a lot of casual fans out there that all they do is look at highlights. All they do is look at box scores, and then they try to get in a conversation with us. With the real diehards and stuff. So like I said, State is coming here. I'm gonna get him in a second. But he goes on to talk about the casual fans with that, and then he's saying that we don't put in the work, we don't watch the games one, two, three times like them, and we don't put in the work. Listen, I don't get paid for this. If you want to talk about getting paid, this YouTube is not paying any bills for me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some other these other guys that State is going to talk about when he comes on. But this is not paying our bills. This is for fun. Me and State come on all these different stats. I watch the game sometimes 2-3 times a day, especially if I'm at work. I got nothing else to do. I'm watching the games because I want to see little things that I missed or whatever. That's what we do as diehard fans. But that's not my job. I don't get paid to do it. Tom Thibodeau gets fucking paid for this. He gets paid to watch games 4 or 5 times. He has a whole coaching staff. They all get paid to watch games and find out little things, little nuances. What did he miss? But listen, after 70 games, you mean to tell me that you still, after you putting in the work, you're trying to say that you put in work, Tom Thibodeau, right? And know all the nuances, and what the breakdowns, and all this other stuff. This is your job, by the way. You mean to tell me 70 games into the damn year that you still don't know who you have? And so I just need to get that bar out before State popped in there. So here goes State. State is ready. What's good, State?
What's up, man? I've been battling company men all day today, man. What's up? Talk to me, man.
I'm chilling, man. Yeah, let me tell you that my thing. I was dealing with shit all day. Both of my kids took shit back to back, and they stopped up the toilet. So whatever plans that we had today was out the was it can't go down the toilet because the toilet was stopped up. So it was out the window. So me and my wife have been plunging that damn toilet all damn day. So we finally got it popped out just now, man. I'm like just over the day because I'm just dealing with a lot of shit, bullshit on the internet and shit in my house. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all out of it, man.
Oh man, yo.
I figured you.
Right.
I figured you get yourself into some shit too, man. But
Mhm.
I didn't hear from you for a minute, so I figured you got caught up out there.
Yeah, I got caught up, man. I'm always getting caught up, man. You talking about Nick's Twitter?
No, I'm talking about in regular life. Next
Oh,
to it,
regular life? Oh, nah, I'm good, man. Everything is sweet, man. I wish Thibs wasn't in my life, and then my life would be perfect right now. That's the only thing that's a thorn in my side. Well,
we'll
I
talk
know
about
you got,
the man.
huh?
My bad. Go ahead.
You want to talk about the game yesterday?
No, I was gonna say about the company man, but I didn't want to cut off your point.
So you want the definition of a company man?
No, just your take, whatever your take was.
So my take was mad years ago, me and my mans, I used to work at Nike, so I used to call certain people company men because they used to say everything good about the sneaker, even though they knew that they hated that said sneaker. So that's where I get that word company men from. So when I listened to Thibs' interview yesterday, his post game speech after the game, and I'm praying to God that you have that post game speech here
Yeah, I
today.
got some clips. Let me know when you're
So
ready.
I want to analyze each clip and then stop. Once the clip is done, we're gonna call out every single piece of bullshit that this man is trying to feed us. Because I got into an argument today on Twitter. Oh yeah, you said turn the goddamn ESPN thing off. So I got into an argument today on Twitter with Anthony Donahue. Great man, good man, by the way. Nick fan, good man.
He's a good
Company
dude.
man, though. Great company man.
Absolutely.
We're going back and forth. And I asked the dude, why do you fail to criticize Thibs? You know what this motherfucker say back to me? You know, we could go to Rotas, a restaurant, and I don't care about Rotas, bro. Criticize Thibs, bro, or Leon Rowe. I don't care about going out to eat with you, bro. I take the free food though, brother. He talking about Patsy's on 118th and First Avenue. Anthony, you ain't never been to Patsy's. So stop this. The last time you've been on 118th and First Avenue, Pokemon Blue version probably came out. So for you to tell me about Patsy's, motherfucker, you ain't never been to Patsy's. I know you never been to Patsy's, motherfucker. I know you never been to Patsy's. Stop, don't gaslight me. 118th and First Avenue, Pleasant Avenue, I think PS 1206 is on Pleasant Avenue. He ain't never knew what Bum City was on Pleasant Avenue, 118th and Pleasant. You don't know where Manhattan Center's at, bro. These dudes don't know what it means to come from the concrete and judge things accordingly. So don't tell me about Patsy's when you ain't never been there. Anyway.
But he was actually talking about Rouse. Rouse is in Harlem, I think. You know where Rouse is at? I think
no! And I be in Harlem every day. No! Company men. No! You try to make it look good for Twitter. I'm outside. I know where Patsy's is at. Matter of fact, just for him, what I'm going to do is next weekend, me and my shorty, we're going to walk past Patsy's and I'm going to put up a video where Patsy's is at. And I'm going to tag him in it. And I'm going to ask him when the last time he been to Patsy's then.
Well, listen.
I'm in Harlem every day. He ain't never been to Patsy's. So don't tell me about me as a Knicks fan. Then you come on here. You talking about Carmelo fucking Anthony? Carmelo Anthony. So Carmelo, who we failed to build around, just like how we failed to build around Patrick Ewing. Melo's best point guard was 38 years old. He cheated on Lala with a stripper while he was a Knick, averaging 37 minutes a game, scoring 30 a game. Nobody ever said he was tired, bro. Nobody, bro. Don't want to fucking hear about Randall being tired. Fuck that. So I'm pissed when dudes come on Twitter and they defend Thibs. Because they didn't do this for Fizdale, bro. They didn't do that for that black man after that black man specifically said, you know, I want to develop kids. I want to do this. I want to do that. At least I knew the direction with Fizdale, brother. I knew what he was doing.
I want to get him right. I
knew he was tanking. I don't know what the hell Thibs is doing. So, defending Thibs today, after I watched the kids beat Miami, bringing us back in last night's game, and me and you watched that game together live, slap in my face. I'm done with my rant, bro. I'm done with my rant, bro.
All right, well, let me just say, I didn't see the Patsy's joint, but I see the Get Us a Table at Rouse. Rouse is on 114th, 114th uptown. So I mean, it's by Thomas Jefferson Park over there, Manhattan Center. That's kind of a bad area too, man. Not for nothing. Back in the day,
I know that area, man. That's either on 114th and 8th Avenue. It's not a bad area, bro. I used to go to Wiley Secondary. It's not a bad area.
Well, back in my days, over by Manhattan Center, that wasn't the best place to be over there.
Yeah. Back in the days.
Talking about the 90s and shit.
No, early 2000s, early 2010s. Yeah, it was dangerous. Now, not.
Yeah. Not so much. But anyway, I'm down with it, man. But I'm trying to get to the part where you're talking about go on April 17th. Yo, April 17th is on freaking Easter Sunday, man. What the fuck? You want to do a live pod? You want to do a live pod on Easter Sunday, 5 p.m.? Look at Jesus, man.
I was mad. I wasn't thinking, bro. I was mad.
Look at Jesus. I'm sorry for any Christians here, but that shit is funny, bro. Oh my god.
Oh god. But a company man is somebody who they think everything is positive, just like this guy. That's a company man. You see how happy he is? after the Knicks get punished by 30 points, you know. But Thibs won.
Jesus, bro. That's supposed to be Jesus.
Jesus.
That's supposed to be Jesus.
Oh God.
Let me get that on the screen. Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh,
but you
Right.
know, I'm just so over it, man. These dudes defending Thibodeau and defending everything that happened this season. And then the last thing before we really get into Thibodeau, I hate the fans that say, well, Thibs is playing the kids now. Shut the fuck up.
Yo, that's the guys that Tom Thibodeau was talking about. The ones that watch box scores and don't really know what the fuck is going on. That's the ones he's talking about. The casual fan.
Yeah.
Oh, he's playing the kids now. He ain't got no choice. He ain't got no choice to play him.
Injuries, COVID. You thought you was going to gas me? You only played Grimes because remember Alec Burks caught COVID. That's the only reason why he played Grimes.
Yeah, and if Nerlens Noel was in the stretcher for the whole year, then he would have been playing over what's the name Sims, Jericho Sims, easy.
That's a fact. So you know, stop lying, man. Stop gaslighting the Knicks fan base, man. That's my main thing. Right? He lies too damn much for me. I don't have time for that. And Sherwin, Melo don't need to share the damn ball with Tony Douglas, Raymond Felton. Who else? So stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me, man. Come on, dog. Let's get the show on the road.
All right, let's just play it there. I was gonna say something about Melo, but man, you know, whatever. Let me make sure I get the right clip first. I think it's this one. All right, check it out.
But the young legs in the fourth quarter, and much did that help? I mean, it seemed like the Heat weren't expecting that type of barrage.
Well, they were the same young legs that we had in the first half.
Right.
You know, so like the thing is like, I mean, you guys are like trying to nitpick this, nitpick that, but you need everyone over the course of the season, right? So, you know, we love our young guys. We see it every day. They're supposed to bring energy, and they did. They were terrific, you know. But you need RJ, you need Julius, you need Mitch, you need everyone, and so you need Evan, you need Alec. It's a team. It's not an individual thing. It's, you know, you can't just pick up a box score after and say, you know, like the thing is like, how many people are watching the game after the game is played to really know exactly what happened in the game? So like I see a lot of opinions, but I don't see a lot of people doing the work to actually study it.
Who the fuck is he? Who the fuck is he? I see a lot of opinions and people don't put in the motherfucker. We putting in the work right now. You get paid to do what you do. Stop trying to gaslight me, man. Like I'm a fucking idiot. And then what's crazy about what he just said? It doesn't even. You don't even give your young guys props. You group the vets in, right, with the guys who got you there. I don't want to hear about Randall in the game he didn't play in, bro. I don't want to hear about Evan. Evan was not the reason why you got back in this game.
Well, we was talking about Taj. He was talking about Taj. I mean, like, what about the other young guys? What, you know, he only mentioned Taj. Oh, Taj is getting better. Sunday. What about? I want to hear about Deuce. I want to hear about Quick. Talk about Quickly was the hero of the damn game. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Quickly hits a three. I remember that three, bro, because that three was the same three that I said to you. Remember, I said to you, Quickly, why are you shooting that three? And he made it. And I think that was the three that got us to 81 points when we got to 78 to 81. And then Grimes hits a three. And then Deuce hits a three. And I think Quickly I had 2 free throws. I'm probably getting the possessions mixed up. But then the very next play, then Quickly hits another three. And I think RJ comes back in the game. And that was another play where I told Quickly to wave off RJ. You so hot that RJ doesn't need the ball. He waved off RJ. And he took it to the basket, and he got fouled again. Noticeable, he was 8 for 8 from the line. But it's like, dog, can you give Quickly some praise? Can you show him some love? I don't want to hear about Taj, bro. Get off massaging Taj thighs. That's what I need Thibs to learn. Get that man a clipboard. I love Taj. He was great last night. Taj and the 4 kids. That was great last night. I loved what I seen last night. But the man needs a clipboard, brother. He needs a clipboard. And another thing that I didn't like is stop using the vets to say things like, oh, you know, our team is fighting, you know, Taj Gibson, he does this very well. Motherfucker, I want to know what Quickly did well tonight. I don't want to hear about what Taj did well tonight. I want to hear about Deuce McBride putting Kyle Lowry in jail tonight. That's what I seen. That's what I seen. I seen Jericho Sims sealing off his man so guys could get to the basket. That's what I seen. I seen Taj giving great screens. I seen Grimes get up under Jimmy Butler when RJ couldn't contain Jimmy Butler in the same said game. This is what I'm seeing. So, Thibs, don't fucking tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm seeing. You need to put in the work. You get paid for this shit. You did a horrible job this season. Fuck Thibs, bro. All right, fuck him.
Yeah, before you popped in, I basically said the same thing. We in agreement with this, man. No matter how we want the offense to go, you know, who we want to play, whatever. The simple fact is that you know, like I said, he's not talking to us. So at first it kind of pissed me off. I wanted to go live immediately, but you know, I had to do shit with the fans. So I just said, fuck, I'm going to bed. But you know, like a day later, listening to it, and actually listening to I was listening to Nothing But Knicks. Shout out to Uncle Fulio throwing shots at you and Uncle Nothing But Knicks. But you know, listening to them the way they were saying it, you know, they're not talking to us. They're talking to the casuals. You know what I'm saying? So listen, if you're talking to the casuals, man, like this, the same way like you keep talking about Taj Gibson, listen, stop talking about Taj Gibson. And then on the flip side, stop talking about the casuals. You know, we got guys that are putting out real content out here, like me, you, like Nothing But Knicks, and regardless who your favorite content creator is, we putting out real content. These are diehard fans, people that might be casuals. They come into our shows to get the knowledge. You know, maybe they don't know, or they just come in there to go back and forth in the chat with people that know what the fuck they're watching. You know, you can't come on the in these press conferences and talking from your high horse as if you know everything and nobody knows nothing. You know, coaches come and go. That's one thing about this whole company man shit. Like I don't get how people put these coaches like this in this high regard. You make that point about Fizdale and stuff, which is true, because Fizdale was getting ragged. He was getting ragged for a reason though, for basketball reasons. But in the greater majority of people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, they were spinning it in a different way. But now here it goes, the same thing. You're not taking advantage of the roster, and you're not doing the same things that Tom Thibodeau was doing. You're doing the same things that Hornacek wasn't doing. You know what I'm saying? But why is Tom Thibodeau still up there as that? Because it has to do with the company man bullshit. You know what's going on? Like the same thing like the other chick that was on Knicks Fan TV, Ashley. You know, she's a company man. She's like, oh, don't talk badly about the players. You have no idea what they go through, man. Fuck you, man. Fuck that bullshit. You don't know what the fuck I go through, man. I got kids. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 kids in LA that I'm not paying attention to. They blew them up. They broke my fucking toilet today. My wife is over there trying to clean up the mess, and I'm sitting here talking to State while he's at work. You know, about the fucking Knicks. You know, so miss me with that fucking bullshit. You know, I'm trying to pick up your career. Oh, my career's not about my career, my mental health and all that. Man, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you and all that damn bullshit, man.
Yo, they talk about people's mental. I got shot at basketball games growing up.
Me too.
In projects. We played manhunt in project hallways. I don't fuck about none of that, man. I'm from the block. I don't care about dudes' mental health. Nobody brought up Carmelo Anthony mental health when he was a Knick. That's my thing. Stop giving these lame-ass excuses, bro. For David Fizdale, bro, they did not get at David Fizdale. Like, they was getting at David Fizdale harshly every day. Them same set people is watching Thibs shit the bed and defending him. That is company man shit. This is not black and white. This is not because David Fizdale is black and Thibs is white. No, Thibs is doing a disgusting job. He needs to be held accountable. That's it.
That's it.
Got Ralph in.
It. Okay, that's it. That's all I have to say about that.
That's it. No, now you got Ralph. So shout out to Ralph. This is a great question, by the way. Ralph is crazy. I think Ralph is my variant from like another planet because he's this man. He's crazy off his rockers.
Yo, but listen, before you get into that, why do people hate Ralph so much?
He's different.
We keep saying Ralph, but his name is actually Raphael.
Huh?
His name is
Raphael's
Ralph.
different. He's
Yeah.
different. He's different. Everybody hates somebody who's different. Like, even though I call a lot of his takes ass, you get what I'm saying? Those are his takes. That's his opinion. People call my takes ass. You see, I'm still giving takes. It comes with the territory. So
Yeah, and you don't think about mental health for any of this bullshit either, right? Oh, I need to take a mental health. Oh, excuse me, my
My bad. I need to take a mental health break. Oh my god, it's too much, you guys. You guys don't know where I'm coming from with all this. Like,
it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Like, come on, dog. These dudes. So, Diehard, I have my Twitter Spaces open, right?
Yeah.
So my Twitter Spaces is recording live while we on here, right?
Oh shit. Okay.
So I would love to bring up Shannon, who actually requested me. So I'm going to bring up Shannon. Hopefully we can all hear my guy. But before Shannon goes, right? And I see you last up. I'm gonna bring you on. I got you. I see you last up. I'm gonna bring you on, brother. Hold on, Shannon. But before Shannon go, Ralph, I disagree with that take you said about Thibs not wanting to inflate the young kids' egos, because when I look at these young guys, do they look like they have egos? If Quickly had an ego, he could have blocked me 3 months ago. If he really had it, just like how Randall blocked me on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram last year, because I was dogging him. He has an ego. Quickly don't have an ego. I was bombing him all year. So you can look at these young guys and you can tell who has an ego and who don't have an ego. RJ Barrett don't got an ego. Thibs destroyed him earlier this season, saying RJ Barrett hasn't been in the gym. That man put on his hard hat. He went to work.
Yo, let's not forget about that. I forget that he did that. It seems like that happened 2 seasons ago. That happened this season that he threw him under the bench, under the bus. That's crazy.
2 seasons under the bus, man. Yo, Josh, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about firing Thibs. I ain't talking about nothing positive when it comes to Thibs. You know what I'm talking about, Josh. You know what I'm talking about. Josh talking about he agrees with how Thibs do things. So, Josh, I got a question for you, brother. Would you start Alec Burks this whole season, or would you rather do cocaine? Because that's what that sounds like.
Well, one thing about that, like like the basis of what Tom Thibodeau's saying about you need to like earn your minutes and stuff like that. I agree with all of that stuff. But last year I was with it. This year I'm like, I feel like he went away with it, or he's going it from his little world, because anybody else's world, it don't make no sense. Even in that little quote that he said that you're going to need everybody throughout the year, but he didn't utilize nobody throughout the year. So now you absolutely need them. You know what I'm saying? So when he plays these guys, he has no idea what they could do. You can't lie. You can't lie to us about that. Like, you literally don't know what your guys can do. You're only using them because these guys are hurt. You know what I'm saying? A good coach knows what 1 through 15 could do. So when you do call on them, you're talking about practice well. The guys are practicing well now. They're practicing well now because they have to practice in front of you because everybody else is hurt. Let's keep it a buck. I bet you that he only keeps the 8 guys that he likes on the court. I bet you those are the only ones that he watches, when it comes to practice and stuff. All the young guys are probably just playing Skelly in the back. So I mean, like, Tom Thibodeau's an ass, man. It's over already with that bullshit.
Yo, Pudge Nice. I love Pudge Nice because Pudge Nice is very disrespectful, but he comes to every show and show love. So I appreciate you. A lot of so-called fans gets joy losing. Let me say something to you, dumbass, before I bring Shannon on. Shannon, you about to come on right now, brother. Let me say something to you, dumbass, and I'm going to answer the rest of the dumbass.
With all due respect.
With all due respect, right? How do you get good talent if you're capped out? I'm looking at somebody. I'm looking at the chat. I'm not asking you this question, dog. How do you get good talent if you're capped out?
I'm waiting. I'm looking.
Because I would like to know. Since he got a lot to say, fans love losing. Pudge Nice, you've been
Somebody take a
All day.
screenshot. Somebody take a
Huh?
screenshot.
He been all day. I would love to know. I would love to know. Plenty of ways, Josh. Okay, tell me these plenty of ways when Leon Rose got us capped out. We're about to have possibly the almighty 11th seed, so our lottery pick might be 14th in the draft. We couldn't trade Burks and none of these dudes because Leon Rose loves to hoard second round picks, and nobody damn sure don't want Julius Randle. So how the fuck are we getting this elite talent? Ha! It's only one way, brother. Gotta tank. Gotta tank it. You gotta pray to God that deputy commissioner, Mark Tatum. God bless Mark Tatum's soul, by the way. Adam Silver, I hope you're having a blessed day. I hope you have all the crepes you can get. I hope they give you tea. God bless your soul, brother. I love you, Adam Silver. I appreciate you. But how else are we supposed to get this talent, man? So I guess Diehard, you could go, and then I guess I could bring Shannon on here. Oh, we got another request too, Tremel. So Diehard, I guess you could go, and then I'll get Shannon on.
But you just call me Guy Hard, man. So I can't do anything after that, man. So
I'm my fault, man. They killing me, man. Shannon, what's up, man? Talk to us, brother.
Hey, what's up, State? Who made that point about the casuals and the people putting in work as the content creators of podcasts? That was Diehard who made that point. Who made that point?
That was Diehard.
I think we both.
Well, basically both of us.
All right. Well, I didn't hear what you said. You didn't say much on that, but Diehard, I just want to kind of get clarification on that to kind of understand where it's coming from. The reason why is because in regards to Thibs, you said it all already, State. You put up a video, something else that needs to be said. You know, other people can say it. I already agree with what you said on that. But in regards to the content creators, podcast dudes, I respect all of you guys. I know how much work you guys put into it. As much as I love talking about the Knicks, I'll come on spaces, I'll tweet, but that's a commitment to really put that work in and to be consistent, you know, with speaking to your audience. So I respect everything you guys do.
Appreciate you.
You know, you're my guy, man, you know, for a long time. So, I respect, what you're doing, your perspective. But I don't respect everybody's perspective. You know, I mean, there's a lot of podcasts. For example, Tremel is coming on next. Tremel have a podcast, but there's one dude who I respect his perspective for the Knicks, maybe more than anybody, Tremel, because he knows what he's talking about. So I'm trying to understand that distinction between who's the casual, what makes you not a casual. So, for example, on the strict swing, remember 2 years ago, Swin and I had a little debate. He didn't think, I had to put him on to, McCollum was a good player. I remember me and Mac is my dude from way back, McCree, he didn't understand, who RJ was in the beginning. We had debate after debate after debate, and now he comes across. So, I mean, there's a lot of dudes who have podcasts, but the work in, that don't make you a non-casual at all. So I'm just trying to understand, what was that point? And then, even with that point, so you're trying to say that you understand where Thibs were coming from? Because, so you're trying to say that Thibs had a right to be still, dismissive, defensive, saying that people don't have the qualifications to critique the job that he's doing? That he's saying because if a guy's a fan, he's watched the game for a number of years, and you know what you're looking at on TV, you're trying to say that without that platform, you can't critique Thibs? So I'm just trying to understand that point.
Because it comes off like, because he's basically, obviously he's listening to the media, obviously he's listening to YouTube, obviously he's hearing Knicks fans, but it comes off as dismissive. Don't call me a casual. One, you don't know me from the hole in the wall. Two, motherfucker, I'm up 3 a.m. doing Knicks notes for my Knicks podcast. 3, this is the same man that said accountability, and he played Alfred Payton all last season for him to bench him after we got smoked in the second game in game 2 of the playoffs or game 3 after we got smoked. So I don't want to hear what Thibs got to say. But Tremel,
was he talking about what I was saying about the casuals?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was talking directly to you, Dog.
Well, when I talk about that, I don't like to talk. I don't like to say casuals because my thing is, if you looked at is and saw a Diehard Knicks podcast, that means you clicked it because you want to prove it. If you want to see if this guy's really a diehard fan because you're a diehard fan. That's the way I'm looking at it. You know, if I saw a Diehard Knicks podcast, that's how I would look at it. But anyway, I'm looking at fans, especially on Twitter and stuff like that. The amount of time that we waste on that app, you know, the amount of time that like that, we all are diehards, and we all are qualified to critique Tom Thibodeau or whatever. But there's a fan that we also combat as content creators. People that you know for a fact are not watching games. You know for a fact all they do is see a highlight. All they do is watch ESPN first before they can get their opinion. Those are the casuals that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the guys that are up at 2 o'clock in the morning, talking on Twitter and arguing on Twitter Spaces and stuff. I'm not talking about people like that. I'm talking about like legit guys that are like that. Because I mean, like I was saying earlier in the podcast, I did explain it earlier. Tom Thibodeau's not talking to us. At first, I was triggered because I'm thinking like, I know you ain't talking to me, but my thing is he's not talking to me. He's talking about those dudes that show up to games and curse fans out just so they can get a picture. They curse out players just so they can get an autograph. Those type of people. So those people we fight them all the time.
But Diehard, why do you think he's not talking to you? I mean, he said the people in that media room. He's saying the voices that are on social media. We don't watch film like he watches film. We didn't put the work in that he put in to have the ability to critique him. Well, why do you think he's not talking? He's excluding you from that.
Because I watch like the games 3 or 4 times a day. I do a podcast. I talk about it all day long. I do a what do you call it, watch along show. So I'm watching the games. I know he ain't talking to me because I'm watching it. I'm putting in work and not getting paid for it, wasting my time. Like I said earlier, not I should be with my kids right now. I should be with my wife, but I'm on the internet talking to you guys about the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? So I put in the work. So I know he ain't talking to me.
The reason why I asked that question is, are you excusing him because you think he's not talking to you? That he's talking to people who don't know the game? So you're saying he had a right to say what he said, and you're excusing that post-game conference due to your belief that he's not talking to you?
Well, I'm trying to figure out where are you saying that I'm excusing stuff. I don't get what.
Because to me, what Thibs did in that position, Thibs did something I haven't seen anyone be able to do. I haven't seen Pat Riley, who's much more accomplished than Thibs. I haven't been able to see Phil Jackson, who's much more accomplished than Thibs. Thibs said, they asked Thibs, basically, we feel that you didn't give us your best chance to win this year because you didn't utilize all the talent that you had on the bench. We're one of the worst teams in pace, one of the least athletic teams, one of the slowest teams. Sometimes our perimeter defense was horrible, was picking up lately when we've had players who could have answered all that. We have players on the bench like OB, like Cam, Deuce, who could have made us more athletic, who could have picked up the pace, who could have made us a faster team, who could play better perimeter defense with Deuce and Cam. So he was being asked, he's saying that we're saying as a fan base that you didn't give us our best chance to win. And he didn't answer that. He said, you don't know what you're talking about because you don't do what I do. You don't put the work in like I put in. So to me, when I'm asking, well, you said, oh, he wasn't talking to me. You're talking to guys who don't know. No. You're talking to all of us. You're talking to guys who do know, and we're telling you that we didn't even make the play-in, and we're a low-end lottery team because you didn't manage the talent that you had because you wanted to be stubborn. For some reason, you thought it was better to play mid-level vets over more talented kids when we're losing game after game. For some reason, he thought that when we were up against Phoenix and Cam was defending well and he was scoring and we were winning, it made sense to bench Cam, bring him for years. You can't play that perimeter defense, and have us lose the game when we were right in the mix of a play-in. Against Atlanta, when we were up 10 and we were doing well, he thought it made sense to have Taj and Mitch on the court at the same time so that one of them was going to have to defend Trey in the pick and roll. He thought that made sense. So he makes these decisions, and the reporters are calling him on it because they're watching us call him on it, and he says, I'm not going to answer that because you guys don't know. You don't know why I play my vets, where I play my vets. So when you said, Diehard, that he wasn't talking to you, he's talking to casuals, I'm just trying to understand just that particular point. Are you saying saying that he had a right to say what he said because he wasn't talking to people who know the game.
Yeah, but I'm still confused with what you're saying because we in agreement. You don't think we're in agreement with what we're saying? But you're just only harping on the fact that I might be like co-signing what Thibs is saying. Is that what you're saying?
I'm trying to figure it out because when you say he's not talking to you, he is talking to you because that's an informed opinion. So a casual wouldn't have that informed opinion. A casual, even though you guys try to defend Ralphie, a casual would come on and say, like Ralphie would come on and say something like, "Oh, Thibs knows what he's doing. There's a reason why Thibs played random because look at Randall's tumbles."
He said that. What?
A casual would defend that position.
What?
I'm sorry?
So Shannon, he ain't say that recently?
Who Ralphie?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I just said. So the casual would say that.
And that is why people get at him on Twitter, dog.
But listen, like he has an informed opinion though. He Ralphie watches just as much games as we do, but he can come up with something a little bit different to talk about for the conversation. He doesn't have to agree with everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with stuff that Ralph says because when Ralph says something, he also has like a whole rebuttal of why he says that. So I'm okay with that.
My point is that he says crazy stuff. So we could disagree on that. So my point is that when Thibs was going in yesterday and he said that we're gonna have a right to critique him, he was saying that about an informed opinion about his rotations and the decisions that he made that contributed to us being a low in lottery team. Not even tanking to the point in which we have a legitimate chance to get high in town. We're probably the best team who didn't make the playoffs. So we're going to get low in lottery time. So Thibs directly contributed to that with decisions he made, rotation that he made, and he's not talking to casual fans who don't know what the hell he's saying. He didn't answer that question that was presented by us who know what we're seeing, and we want to see accountability. We want to know, Thibs, do you understand, especially seeing last night, what that fast, young, athletic, strong perimeter defense, that talent that you didn't want to play, and you saw what they did against the #1 team in the East. Do you understand how that you not seeing that earlier contributed to the position that we're in right now? We want to know, do you see it? Because if you do see it, and you can take accountability, that means that next year, if they're going to bring you back, maybe you won't make those same mistakes. Maybe you learn from that mistakes, and we can see light at the end of the tunnel.
So,
it's important that we know that you fucked up.
So, Shannon, first of all, I appreciate you. I wanna get Tramel up here. I have to change the charger on my phone so I can continue to have the Twitter Spaces rocking. So I'm about to do that now. I had that transition. Once again, Shannon, I appreciate what you brought. For me, I agree with Diehard here. Thibs ain't talking to me. I put in the work. He damn sure ain't talking to me. So when I see Thibs close a game, when he has Taj Gibson, he has and let's be clear, right? He has Taj Gibson. He has the 25th overall pick from the 2020 draft. He has the 25th overall pick from the 2021 draft. You have the 58th overall pick in the 2021 draft. And who else he had? So that's Quentin Grimes, 25th overall pick. IQ, 25th overall pick. We got Deuce McBride. When was Deuce McBride picked? 38th overall? Whatever the case may be. That's what I wanted to see all season. I wanted to see the kids play. I wanted to see what these guys got. Shout outs to the scouting department too, because having Taj on the court to close a game with late first round picks, that is amazing to me to watch. I loved last night's game in that win, but I refuse to give Thibs any credit for that. I'm not giving him credit. I'm sorry. I just
who was that again? Because I'm not on the Twitter Spaces. Who was that was speaking?
That was Shannon. That was Shannon, Shannon from the thread.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, from the thread. So Tramel, I don't know if you listening right now, brother, but Tremel, if you around and you want to speak, you can unmute yourself and talk, brother, if it may be. But yeah, man, for me, man, I'm just like, I understand where Shannon was coming from when he said like Thibs is talking directly to people like me and you, but I'm not a casual, so damn sure not talking to me.
Yeah, so my thing is too. I hope Shannon doesn't think that that I'm saying that Shannon's a casual because he doesn't have a platform. That's not the case. I think Shannon being a part of Knicks Twitter with all the the conversations that you guys have there. Shannon's not a fucking casual, so he's not talking to Shannon either. That's the point I'm trying to make. Thibs could sit on his high horse and talk wherever he wants to talk. Oh yeah, see these guys, man. You guys like to nitpick about stuff. He said you like to nitpick about little things and the other, but then he says you're not the ones watching videos for 4 hours. But then you're gonna say that we're nitpicking about stuff, but then you're telling us to do the work to nitpick. So man, get the fuck out of here because you're gonna start an argument with us for no reason. He's making us make arguments for no reason when he's just talking out of both sides of his mouth. That's the accountability that I think these beat writers need to have. But again, I think there's one thing that we didn't talk about too is that these guys are actually working for a company, so they're working, so they have to do what whoever their bosses is telling them, telling them to say or approve to say, so they're kind of stranglehold too, so they can't really go crazy like we are because ain't nobody telling us what to say or how to say it, but they're doing it to them. So we're never gonna get the answers that we need, unless they give me and you a press pass and let us yell at Tom Thibodeau for a little while.
Yeah, because man, how far the mighty has fallen. So I'm not going to say no names, but one of my favorite Nick podcasts years ago when I first started watching Nick podcasts, it's turned into a company man show, man. I cannot do it no more. I cannot sit here and lie to people and tell people bullshit. I refuse to do that. So since I refuse to do that, I'm going to take people calling me stupid. I'm going to take people calling me an idiot or whatever they want to call me because I'm going to say my point and I don't give a shit about what anybody else got to say about it. I'm going to say my point, and if you agree, you agree. If you disagree, you disagree. That's it. But Thibs, that motherfucker can't call me a casual. And people can't come on this app and tell me Obi Toppin and Quentin Grimes and Deuce McBride didn't deserve minutes this season. I'm good on that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we argue about. We talk about it all the time. I'm not going to allow the nonsense that we've seen on the court as far as Thibs is concerned to divide us, man. Like me and State could get into an argument and it could go left. Whatever, only based off of the dumb shit that's happening on the court that has to do with Tom Thibodeau. So my thing is, rather than have that argument between all of us, that we have daily, we need to direct it to the right person, and that is Tom Thibodeau. Absolutely, they read and they listen to the stuff that we say. You could tell that by the way that Randall was acting. You could tell. You already know Quickly and Obi and these guys listen to stuff. This is their generation. They listen to everything. So I'm quite sure they say, yo, Thibs, look what they're saying about you. Check out this dude's state. He's calling you a bitch at 64 years old. You know what I'm saying? That I'm quite sure they show it to these guys. You know what I'm saying? So my thing with Tom Thibodeau is that you need to understand, that we know what we're talking about. Knicks Twitter and stuff like that, especially, and everybody associated like that do put in the work, the same work that you do on the daily. We don't get paid for it. You need to talk to those people. Don't talk to casual fans. Talk to real Knicks fans, because New Yorkers in general are not casual fans. Talk to us like we have some like we have something. Like give us the respect that we need. As a fan base. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, you disrespectful. Like you dismissive. You lie. Then the one thing, the lie that got me from earlier this year, when I think a beat reporter asked him about the point guard situation, and this motherfucker looked at the camera and said, "We ain't got no other option." Really? Yo, Diehard, play the next clip. Let me go get my phone charger so my Twitter Spaces won't die. He said we don't got another option. After I see Deuce McBride a week later put up 18 assists in the G League. And don't tell me G League stats don't count because Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam and Nick Nurse won a G League championship. So I don't want to hear about it. But please play that clip of Thibs, man. This 64-year-old goddamn idiot. I go get me a new phone charger, man. This guy Thibs is a fucking clown.
All right, let me see if this
People don't watch the game. What's the common misconception you're seeing?
No, I'm just saying, like, everyone has all the answers right after a game, and oftentimes they haven't studied. Like, how do you really know? Like, and I don't want anything to divide our team. I want our team together. That's how you win. You win as a team. You lose as a team, right? So when I see like stuff being written or people talking about this, that, and like oftentimes you hear it all the time, and then when you actually do study it and you watch the game again, and maybe you watch it a third time, you actually know what transpired.
So anyway, shout out to Shannon. Shannon's Twitter name is EEPDLLC. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Shannon. Shannon, me and Shannon had many arguments. So I'm trying to figure out who was speaking. But me and Shannon had plenty of arguments on Twitter. Got maybe a little bit too heated and stuff like that. But for the simple fact, we arguing from a standpoint where me and Shannon, we know what the fuck we're talking about. So it angers me to hear Tom Thibodeau talk about those different things when we out here, we know what's going on. He's talking about studied. When he said, "Oh, we studied it," I'm like, "What?" That shit drives me crazy. Oh, for guys that actually studied it, after 70 games, how much more studying does Tom Thibodeau need to get a hold of this damn roster? How many more games does he need to study? He already coached. This is his second year coaching. This is Tom Thibodeau's second year coaching as a Knick. Right now we're in year 2, game 70, and he's talking about studied. Those that study it. How much studying does Tom Thibodeau need to study to know that he has point guard options outside of Burks? You know what I'm saying? You bench Kemba Walker because of whatever reason, and then you bring him back, and then you don't want to unbench him now. So I mean, like, where are you coming from with this? People that study, I mean, how much studying is Tom Thibodeau doing that he doesn't know his roster? The main thing with Kemba Walker, if you're gonna get a guy like Kemba Walker on your roster, you have to utilize pick and roll and change the offense a little bit just to get Kemba Walker in there. No, what he did? He stuck Kemba Walker in the corner and said, "Wait for Julius Randle to give you a pass." You know what I'm saying? And when Deuce McBride came in the game after getting 36 points, 18 assists, 20 points, 17 assists, 20 points, 16 assists in another game. From a guy that's doing that in the G League, nobody told him to do. Go stand in the same spot that Kemba Walker was standing in, and wait for Julius Randle to give you a pass. What the fuck is that about? So I mean, it missed me with the bullshit. Missed me with the I studied. You didn't study it. After 70 games, motherfucker, how much more studying do you need?
Oh God! So, what was the basis of the second video, bro?
Well, I mean, he was talking about what triggered me the most is the word studied. He just talking about that. Oh, for you didn't study it. Blah blah. You're making these. He was just saying that. Like, oh, guys have this opinion and that and the other, but they didn't study. Like, study what? It's basketball. Basketball is freelance and whatever, but professional basketball is that you have a concept where you have a set play or you have an idea of how you want your team to move about on a basketball court. And, Tom Thibodeau's been doing it now, like I said, for a season, a full season plus 70 games. So how much more studying do you need to know, bro? How much more studying do you need to get to know that Alec Burks is not a point guard and we have point guards on the bench that we do not use?
Yeah, study. So let's stick on the word study. Has Thibs been studying that Alec Burks is not a fucking point guard? Did he study that? Did he study when Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier and those boys started off the season 12 and 14, and then he benched Kemba Walker and proceeded to get his ass kicked while Alec Burks was starting that point guard? Did he study then? Oh, he used the. I remember they asked him about the point guard. He used the well, if you look at the plus minus rating, Alec Burks and Randall and those guys are the best. Fuck your plus minus rating.
So I mean, is that the study he's talking about, State? Is that the study he's talking about plus minus?
Bro, he goes in the barbershop and he tells a guy, yo, you know Julius Randle plus minus is not. No, Thibs. No. Stop fucking lying, bro. This shit is trash, bro. Like, for him to, y'all can count on my hands at least like 10 games this season where he didn't study. Did he study that Jericho Sims and Mitchell Robinson, depending on the center matchup, you played that center according to that matchup? Did he study that? Did he study that Nerlens Noel, Taj Gibson, Jericho Sims, them dudes should never be standing at the three-point line? Taj Gibson, cool. He can stand at the three-point line. But Jericho Sims, does he study that?
You'll State. There's a play that we run. It's the play that everyone cries about Julius Randle, where Julius Randle is basically running full speed up the court and he just smashes into three defenders and then, tries to pass it off to the left. It always ends up being a turnover. When Julius Randle was out, RJ is now in that stressful position in the same play, running up the court, running into three defenders, whatever. My thing is, it's not that Julius Randle's an idiot, and it's not that RJ is now an idiot. This is what Tom Thibodeau is telling them to do. This is a play. This is a play that we've been running for 70 games now with this group, and he has yet to say, you know what, that shit ain't working. That's not working. Julius Randle getting the rebound, dribbling all the way up the court, and now he's still dribbling. Now he got to get his own post position and all this. Meanwhile, the three defenders are hovering around him. Now he's making a move to throw the ball into the corner. Who's in the corner? Fucking Taj Gibson is in the corner waiting for a 3-point shot. In the other corner, freaking what's the name? Obi Toppin is in the other corner. What are we doing? What are we doing? And you want to talk about you don't study, man?
Fuck out of here, yo. Obi Toppin has the worst 3-point percentage of any NBA player shooting 100+ 3-point attempts in the NBA. Why the fuck is he standing at the 3-point line? Why is he not slashing to the rim? Oh, you know why? Because Thibs' offense is stupid. Matter of fact, we watching the Miami Heat game, me and you yesterday, got on live, and you trying to point out to me about, yo, look at Miami offense. You see it's kind of like ours, but those players on Miami offense is moving. Each time somebody gets the ball, there's an off-ball movement. There's somebody on the weak side corner setting a screen. There's another guy cutting. It's so much going on with their offense. I'm looking at the Knicks offense. It's like comparing rookie mode to Hall of Fame. Thibs' offense is so dirt. He might not even have graduated the rookie mode yet. He might still be in the nuts. He's not even an embryo yet. His offense is so bad that this is night and day. And let me throw something at you real quick. The Knicks could literally have a 9-man rotation. Remember that stupid ass comment Thibs say, well, no coach plays 10, 11, 12 guys. I watched Steve Kerr play 12 guys. I watched Eric Spoelstra play 12 guys another night. I watched another coach play 12 guys. Matter of fact, Milwaukee's a championship team. They'll play 11 guys on some nights. Giannis won't even touch 30 minutes on some nights. But yeah, Thibs, fuck the Knicks fans. Knicks literally have a 9-man rotation, can literally have a 9-man rotation of 9 guys, 24 years old or younger. But Thibs wanted to deal with the vets. He goes 3 for 16 in 19 games and destroys any chance of us getting to the playoffs. You got Quentin Grimes, Deuce McBride, Manuel Quickly, RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, Cam Reddish, Mitchell Robinson, Jericho Sims. That's a solid 8-man. Include Randy, that's 9. That's a solid 9-man rotation. Solid. You know why I'm not getting on Randall this podcast? You know why? Thibs is ruining him. He's ruining him, bro. He's ruining everything about this team. This is on him. Thibs is the one that got Randall doing ISO. That's not because Randall want to fucking do it. And if Randall want to do it, his ass could get shipped out too. But I don't think he wants to genuinely do that every single play, bro.
Yeah, but the thing with Julius Randle, to add to that, Julius Randle has never won at any point in his career. You know what I'm saying? As a lead guy, he's never won. So Tom Thibodeau is the only coach that he's ever had that he looks up to, whatever, that's showing him how to win. So he thinking that this is how you win, playing under a established coach like Tom Thibodeau. So that's why Julius Randle plays so hard and goes so crazy in the way. But I mean, Tom Thibodeau got him stressed out to the point where he's cursing fans out. You know, he's standing by himself in the middle of the court, yelling and screaming, and nobody's around him, not even his teammates, not even the other team. The other team done walked away. He's looking like an asshole. Tom Thibodeau got Randle look like an asshole right now. You know, it's just crazy, man. So I mean, like, you know, like you was mentioning the rotation, you know, the 9-man rotation. You know, Tom Thibodeau would like to have an 8-man rotation if he can. 9 is too much for him, you know, but the Knicks can literally go 15 deep if he wanted to, especially with the way that Tom Thibodeau wants to play. Like listen, the one thing that was good from last year was our bench, right? Our bench. In the beginning of this year.
Top 5 bench, right.
Yeah, in the beginning of this year, Tom Thibodeau still kept the bench, and people were saying at the beginning of this year that our bench is better than our starters. I'd rather start the game with the bench. You know, people were saying that this season, but Tom Thibodeau said, you know what? Let's take Burks out of there. Let's put him in the starting lineup. Let's screw up the whole bench now. So now the whole team don't know what the fuck is going on now. You know, so I mean, this is all coaching. This is all him studying, and this is what he thinks should happen. So I mean, you know, common sense. You know, Burks is he does well coming off the bench in his role. Don't take him out of the role that's working for him. You know, what's wrong with you? We have point guards. Utilize Emmanuel Quickley. Emmanuel Quickley should have been starting ever since he pulled Kemba Walker out the lineup. You know, because that's a fact. And who's gonna back up what's the name? Emmanuel Quickley? Burks, not Burks, Deuce McBride. You know, Deuce McBride is the one that's gonna back him up. You know, so I mean, we have depth. And then they went inside that dude Ryan Archinati, old guy. He could be the 3rd string point guard. We have point guards. So why are you forcing guys to do things they don't have to do? You're stressing the team out for nothing.
So once again, I apologize, Emmanuel, quickly for my disrespectful takes on Twitter for the past 4 months. I love you, young man. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you had some Miami Kit Kat last night. I hope you had fun, brother. Emmanuel Quickley, 20 points in the 4th quarter, 8 for 8 from the free throw line. Efficient from 3, efficient from the free throw line, but not efficient from the field. I blame his efficiency on Thibs, by the way. But he's been shooting above 55% on his teardrops past All-Star break. IQ, I love you to death. That man should have been starting at point guard this whole season. Regardless of how I felt about him playing point guard, I don't view him as a point guard. I view him as a combo guard. And Emmanuel Quickley, since All-Star break, 14 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, 4 assists per game, or 42% from 3. Has not started one game. Quickley should have started this whole season. No disrespect to Alec Burks, but Quickley should have been our starting point guard. If he's not our starting point guard, okay, cool. You don't start Kemba Walker. You don't start. The problem is you don't start Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier. But let's go even further. You don't sign Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker when you're drafting Quentin Grimes and you already got Quickley.
Well, I mean, the young guys, when you draft them, you don't know what they're going to give you. But I mean, Fournier wasn't used properly. That's what it is too. Because I mean, like you know, you can say you don't like Fournier and this and the other, but if we use Fournier a little bit better, then it wouldn't be so bad. You know what I'm saying? Like Tom Thibodeau got him doing stuff that he shouldn't be doing. You know, so I mean that hog ties him basically. So you're stressing everybody out for nothing. Tom Thibodeau, I'm talking about. Tom Thibodeau stressing these guys out for no reason and not utilizing them properly. He had a training camp, so he can't say he didn't have a training camp.
No excuses. And then he continued. Like the one thing that he harps about the most is practice. What can Quickley do in practice to get the starting job, bro? Does he have to break Alec Burks' leg or something? Do I have to like call in a hitter to make sure one of them vets don't go to the next game? Tell me what do I need to do to get that man a starting job. Do we need to get the time stone, brother, and make sure we go ahead in time and make quickly 35 years old? That's what we need to do.
The same thing with Deuce McBride. Walker and Rose were praising him in training camp. They were saying that Deuce McBride is good. He's really good. He's giving us a problem in practice. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they see it. You know, it's not only us that's saying that Tom Thibodeau know what he's doing. Our players, in so many words, are saying the same thing too. Because how is Kemba Walker and Rose giving this guy a high praise? And if you want to talk about practice, the G League is practice for Deuce McBride. So we know what Deuce could do. So stop playing games with this kid. He should. Is he still going back to the G League? What the hell? Down in March, he's still going to the G League. It boggles the mind, man. We have enough talent to take on any team in this NBA. You know, we shouldn't be fighting for the play-in. We should be comfortable at the 5, 6 spot, 4, 5, or 6 spot right now. Comfortable.
Very comfortable. We shouldn't even be talking about. We shouldn't even be having debates about kid minutes and whatnot. And look who it is. I see. So shout outs to Twitter Spaces, by the way. I'm so glad that me and Diehard are not having technical difficulties today. So a salute to you, NYU. I appreciate you. I see my guy Tremel is up here. So Tremel, if you can unmute yourself. He unmuted himself. So hey, what's up, Tremel? I appreciate you joining us on the show today. I'm actually doing something. Well, it's not new because Diehard started this. Basically, I'm on Twitter Spaces, and you're basically on our live show right now. That's on YouTube. So I appreciate you coming to the Diehard State of Mind, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Oh, I appreciate you, man. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, man. Hey, y'all doing some great work, man. And I want to talk about first. You mentioned tanking. You know, we had a discussion on Twitter. You know, and I told you about tanking, man. Tanking only works for the team with the worst record because they're the only team that's guaranteed a top 4 pick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I believe that all the other selections are handled by the owners behind closed doors. Okay, because there's too much coincidence to say, oh, this is luck. With Cleveland just lucky right after LeBron to win 3 out of the next 4 lotteries. What about Minnesota when doing what happened to George Floyd when he was murdered? And then they got the number 1 pick. You know what I'm saying? It's just too many things like that that lets me know that it's about money. Because how many times have the Knicks gone up since the lottery was enacted?
We have never moved up, and I think we had moved back at least 3 times in the lottery, and we fell back in the Zion Williamson lottery. But thank God because we got RJ Barrett. So shout outs to Silver.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so he thought he was hurting us, but he actually helped us
Mm-hmm.
by moving us down to the 3rd pick on that spot. But what I'm saying to you is now, what's the most valuable NBA franchise?
The New York Knicks.
Right. So there's too many coincidences there. Okay? We know when LeBron left Cleveland, not only was the Cavaliers franchise fucked up, but the entire city of Cleveland was fucked up. So the NBA owners had to come together and save the city of Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
How do they do that? Give them the number 1 pick over and over again until they can build themselves up so that they can recover from losing that icon that pretty much made that entire city, right?
Right.
So with the Knicks, you're saying, okay, we should be tanking. You got to understand this. Those teams that's on the bottom, Houston, Detroit, there's nothing we could have done to be worse than them. Nothing.
That's true. Can I rebuttal real quick? That's true. You're not wrong. But another thing is Adam Silver doesn't reward blatant tanking. So what I mean by that is OKC has been blatantly tanking for the past 3 years, and they have not gotten the number 1 overall pick. And I believe the reason why they haven't gotten that pick is because they're blatantly tanking. But you're also not wrong as to where the number 1 pick goes, because remember, when Kobe retired, the Lakers, even before he retired, like while Kobe was there, the Lakers had got 3 straight number 2 overall picks, bro. And then in the 2019 draft, remember, they moved up from 12 to 4. So it's possible.
And that coincided
Uh-huh.
with New Orleans losing Anthony Davis. So that franchise was gonna hit rock bottom because they didn't have any other stars.
Right.
And they won 33 games that year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And prior to the season being over, who was they negotiating trading Anthony Davis to? The Los Angeles Lakers, right? Well, for whatever reason, the compensation or whatever, the trade didn't go through. So the NBA was going to make a way for that trade to go through so that New Orleans can have a star and potentially another star, and the Lakers can get Anthony Davis. So what they said is, hey, we're going to move the Lakers up into the top 5. We're going to make sure New Orleans get the number 1 pick, and then bam, there's a trade right there. And New Orleans just fucked it up because they could have drafted Garland with Zion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they would have possibly had some big hits. Nobody talks about that. But they fucked up the 2019 draft by not drafting Garland after they picked Zion first. Okay, but what I'm saying is like the tanking, that shit will not work for the Knicks. That's basically my point on the tanking. Like, we gotta get out of that mentality of, oh well, if we lose these games, the NBA gonna help us out. They not going to help us out. You wanna know why? Because you and I, we're still gonna buy our Knicks hats, right? We're still gonna buy our Knicks jerseys, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're still gonna go to the game, and we're still gonna support MSG, and we're still gonna support the product, and they know that. That's guaranteed because we're the most loyalist fan base in professional sports. Okay? So whether they win 10 games or they win 70 games, okay, we're still gonna have the same energy and passion throughout the season. Okay, whether it's negative or it's positive, you're still gonna get a passionate fan base there that's still gonna be invested in the product no matter what.
So can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
So I love what you're saying. So my question to you is, you don't think, so let's say we end the season as the 11th seed and we got the 9th best lottery odds, right? You don't think that Adam Silver, and I'm superstitious by the way, but you don't think Adam Silver will reward the Knicks with a top 4 pick this year after we tried our damn, no matter how much we bomb on Thibs, he's still coaching the way he wants to coach, right? Do you think that the NBA would give us that type of love, knowing that we're not blatantly tanking and that we need some type of, even if we don't get the number 1 pick, we need some type of ammo in order to facilitate a trade in order for us to get somebody that can help us win next season? You don't think that's possible for us, bro?
Well, here's what I think is possible. Okay, it's possible that when the owners have that meeting at the end of the season to go over how the lottery is gonna go and who's gonna get what pick, right? Those gets into that meeting and start taking some fucking paper and saying, hey, I'm tired of you fucking us over. We're on the come up. Now it's our time to move up, and we moving up this year. And if we don't move up this year, I'm gonna blow y'all whole shit up. Simple as that. I mean, the owner gotta get on some strong arm shit and say, hey, you know what? We're moving up, and we're moving up this year. Now y'all can do whatever else y'all want to do, but we're getting the top 4 pick this year. and then I can see, you know, and then they'll make it good. They'll still do a good production on TV and make it seem like it's luck and all that shit. But the bottom line is, man, this shit is big,
So real quick, Jamel, right? You have the Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena, right? In this particular season, right? I see 3 teams for sure that deserves top 5 picks, right? And it's Portland. For me personally, I think it's the Knicks. And another team, personally, I think is the Detroit Pistons, because I grew up, while growing up, the Pistons was good when I was growing up. So out of those 3 teams, what team you think is going to get the most help in the lottery? For me personally, I think it's the Portland Trail Blazers. But how do you not want to send Banchero or Shet or Jaden Ivey to Madison Square Garden after we done suffered for so long, bro? We done suffered for so long. I believe in the higher power, man. I believe in Allah. I believe in God. I believe in all these people, man. I just hope that we can get some type of love this offseason, because even if we don't get, the guy that we want to draft, I just want the asset so we can have ammo to at least improve our team, bro.
You greedy, bro. That's what it is. You're greedy. You greedy bastard. There's 29 other teams, man. So, once they put the lottery thing going, it's just luck. And, I agree with everything that Tremel was saying. I had muted myself so there wouldn't be any feedback or whatever. But, I agree with everything that you're saying, Tremel. You like, gave me probably like one of the best calls, but this is Twitter Spaces, but one of the best comments that I've heard in a while on here. So I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I think.
Hey, but I want to pivot to Thibs real quick, because I think your point, Diehard, and Shannon's point was kind of missing each other. Okay, so I want to fill in that gap right there. When you played that clip, that post game presser clip of what Thibs was saying, what he was actually doing, and that's what Shannon was pointing out, was he was gaslighting the entire fan base, right? What he was saying is, basically, none of you motherfuckers out there, I don't care who you are on social media and the regular media, wherever you're watching the games at, you are completely unqualified to question any decision I make. Why? Because you don't watch as much film as I do. You are not in this locker room the way I'm in this locker room. You don't know the intricacies that I know. And therefore, you can't even question any decisions I make, because you ain't got the cachet, you ain't got the qualifications. That's really what Tim was saying. And I want to break this down like this. Tim is a defiant old man, right? And I want to break it down like this. When what comes with age, there's a lot of beautiful things that come with age, right? Mm-hmm. But then there's also some things that's not so beautiful, right? Mm-hmm. There's a level of defiance and a level of lack of accountability that comes with old age. I'm gonna give you a perfect example, right? Mm-hmm. If you got a grandfather, right? My grandfather's dead now, but when he was alive, right? As he got older, right? He didn't want to be accountable for anything, any of the fucked up shit he did, right? I was at his house one day, right? I was in the shower, right? I get out of the shower, right? And I hear leaves and shit blowing inside of the house. So I go to the back door. The back door is wide open. Now, it's just me and him there, right? I see him sitting in the kitchen. I can tell he just got in because the mail was sitting on the kitchen table, and he's sitting there drinking coffee. I said, hey, Grant. I said, you left the back door wide open. He said, I didn't leave the fucking back door wide open. You did that shit. I said, Grant, I just got out the shower. He said, no, you probably was outside before you got in the shower and forgot to close the door. He said, I always close the door when I come in here. You know how long I've been living in this house? I've been living in this house 55 years. I never left the door open.
Never. That's the thing. Yo, did you leave that door open?
I was in the shower. I got out of the shower and heard the leaves blowing in the house. You know what I'm saying? My grandfather, he left the door open, just came back in the house and he blamed me. That's the kind of shit that Thibs does. Okay? Because he's fucking old and he's defiant and he's at the point in his life, look, if you ain't got the same qualifications as he does, he don't want you questioning what the fuck he's doing. He knows everything, right? He knows God.
Jamel, you're right and all that, but was he talking to you when he made those statements? Was he talking to you?
I got to the point to where I just tuned Thibs out. I just laugh at him because
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. You got to tune that motherfucker out. If he's saying that whatever, instead of getting mad, say, yo, man, you left that, man, your grandpa, you left that door open. He said, no, I didn't. You left it before he came in. Listen, grandpa, you crazy, man. I'm not, I'm not gonna argue with you. You crazy. So I mean, it's the same thing with Tom Thibodeau. He left the door open trying to say that we don't know what we're talking about. And say, yo, whatever, old man, you don't know what you're talking about. Hopefully they fire your ass when I have to look at you no more. You know what I'm saying?
right, but then that also tells us this though. You see what I'm saying? That told me when my grandfather did that, that told me, oh, he's losing it. So now I gotta put some implementations in place to keep him safe. Because if he's forgetting to close the door, what else is he forgetting? You see what I'm saying? And what I'm saying about Thibs, now it's time to move on from him. Because if it's that at this point, if it's this bad to where he refuses to take accountability, to where he feels that he's above proof, to the point that he knows more than anybody else, you gotta get somebody else in there that's willing to admit, hey, I fucked up here, I made a mistake, I'm gonna get better. And we need somebody in there that's willing to grow and develop without squad. It's not Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau is he's on the decline from his mountaintop, but he just don't know it. When they get old like that, like my grandfather, he didn't know he was on the decline. He thought he was still in tip-top shape when he was on the decline. That's the same thing with Thibs. Thibs thinks he's on tip-top shape when he's on the decline.
The thing with your grandfather, did you put your grandfather in a home after that, or did you try to protect him?
I put an alarm system in. I put a system in that would alert me if doors and windows were open, shit like that.
Well, the reason why I asked you that though, because we was talking about company man. A lot of these guys out here, like Anthony Donahue and even Knicks Fan TV, they're saying that Thibs is our guy, that's our coach, and whatever. No matter what happens, they still got his back no matter what. So that's the company man argument that me and State was arguing about too. So I mean, like if you do put those safeguards up, you're being a company man. So it's really, you should really get grandpa up out of there, to tell you the truth.
Right.
Metaphorically speaking.
Right about that. You're absolutely right about that. And that's what I'm saying. Unfortunately, I'm not the type of person that's gonna put my grandfather in a home or anything like that. Like, I'm gonna let him go out the way he wanna go out because that's, it wasn't nothing at stake. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like there was anybody else he was responsible for. That's the difference between my grandfather and Thibs. Thibs is responsible for the New York Knicks, the team that I love. Okay? fucked up.
Yo, Tremella's cooking so much. I can't even introduce you, Andy. I'm gonna let Tremella cook some more. I'm shutting up.
Yo, shout out to Tremel. Tremel, you doing a good job here. What's your name on Twitter? Because I can't really see it. Yo, Yankee Knicks 99.
Yeah, Yankees Knicks 99 Brownsville.
I got you. All right, man. So just check it. We're gonna let Andy speak, man. So we're gonna meet you. Introduce Andy to the mix.
Yeah. Real quick, Tremel. Let's because I want you to come back and cook some more. So let's let Andy get in on this.
Make sure you keep the door closed, though, man. Make sure you keep the door closed.
Yeah. so Tremel. All right. So real quick, Tremel, I'm gonna mute you real quick so I can Oh, thank you, Tremel. I appreciate you. Andy, what's up, man? Talk to us, man. Everybody emotional today, brother.
Yo, what up, guys? Listen, I didn't watch the show previously because I don't know why I was on with Steph and with Tony on Knicks and Bruises, and I didn't get the notification. So, or you guys were like 20 minutes later. That's why I was on that show and I didn't see the notification. So when we finished there, I was like, oh, these guys are live. Oh, let's let's go, man.
Yeah, shout out to Andy and thing too. I didn't realize that they were going live at the time. I might have went on a little later.
Yeah,
but it's good to see those guys on too.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So listen, it's midnight here, so I'm expecting us to to do the show now instead of in the morning for me, right? Stay or are we doing it in the morning too?
Damn, I was about to. Damn, all right, let's go.
You guys are gonna do it every 2 weeks. Now you're gonna do it every week. Now soon you can do it every night.
Listen, it's spontaneous, Hero.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, man. Just with everybody that we speak to, like somebody in the YouTube chat, they're talking about Knicks Fan TV. I called out Knicks Fan TV, and he's saying that I should call out NBK even if I'm cool with them. But listen, man, I call out everybody. To tell you the truth, I don't listen to nobody. I only listen to me and State. That's it. And if anything is on my channel, every once in a while I might peep in to see what guys are saying. But to tell you the truth, I don't know what anybody's saying. I'm only talking about Knicks Fan TV because something that they posted on Twitter. That's the only where I would see that. So I mean, I call out all these guys. I'm in a group chat with MBK, so we talk shit to each other all day long, man. So there's a lot
all day
and all night.
Believe me, all day.
So, Ewu, you're calling out Knicks Fan TV. You should do the same thing for MBK. How about you shut the fuck up and you stop being a company name and allow Ewu to talk his shit? I done got at Sims already.
Yeah.
Right? I shared a tweet that Mark, and I love Mark, I love Mark. But Mark is a damn idiot for saying that RJ Barrett is a role player. He's an idiot. I don't care about how he feel about RJ Barrett. Josh is the same man who wanted to trade RJ to get Julius Randle help. So don't tell me about who we judging. That man shared the picture today with Thibs with Fat Joe. After Fat Joe called Julius Randle King of New York that shit off the almighty book. Man, Andy talk, man. Talk, man. Man, telling my man about fucking.
Listen, I'm just gonna say, listen.
He got his chain.
He's crazy, man.
And Elvis has left the building. Listen, I'm just gonna say, listen, I'm part of the NBK fam, right? And I was with Hero several times now, probably. I love you too, as I love Sim and the rest of the guys on NBK.
Hey, I don't love no man. I don't love no man.
Yeah, I know, bro.
You guys keep trying to come on.
That was in the the ticks, right? So, but to be true, man. Listen, as much as I like all the guys on NBK, we have different opinions. And we're going to have different opinions. Everybody has a different basketball philosophy, other different, basketball building team philosophy, whatever, right? And sometimes, this coach is going to roll with you. You would like this guy to be the coach. You would like this guy to be the main player, whatever. And that's really normal, right? I might like, big titties. I might like small nipples, whatever. and I'm still gonna be normal, right?
Mhm.
So that's just a preference, nothing else.
I'm sorry.
It's normal.
Andy, just say big titties and small nipples one more time. I just need it. I need it in my life. Say it.
No,
Say it.
you gotta cut it out, man.
You a crazy dude, man. But I want to point this out too, man. The whole shut the f up thing. That's it's become part of the culture now. With the shut the fuck up thing. So even so much that Randall even told the fans to shut the fuck up. So I mean, it's shut the fuck up with all due respect. You know what I'm saying? So don't take it personal. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's become a term of endearment now in Knicks land. That whole thing.
Oh, I got a stat for y'all. Most 20-point fourth quarters by a Knicks since 2014. Emmanuel quickly too. Guess who got the other one? Carmelo Anthony. Since 2014. Porzingis walked through those doors. I mean, I'm just saying.
Carmelo Anthony's ears are burning for no reason. Damn, what the somebody talking about me? God,
He got hiccups. He got hiccups. Somebody mentioned me.
Oh God. So Andy, so how you feel about, so I see you got on here late. Andy, tell us how you feel about what Thibs said last night at the presser. Everybody know how me and Diehard feel about it because we were screaming about it for about an hour now. But how do you feel about it, brother?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I don't care about what Thibs says anymore. Right. It's like really, it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't make me lose sleep. Whatever. It's literally whatever what Thibs says. And listen, as much as I hate his takes, as much as I love his, sometime maybe not love. Love is a bad word with Thibs. As I like one thing that he did, I still have like 10 for that one thing that I like he did. I have like 10 that I didn't love that he did, right? So for me, whatever he says, I'm like a duck, bro. When rain pans on a duck, it just slides. It's like I don't give a flying F about it. So
Andy,
so
are
it
you
really
drunk?
is like that.
Are you drunk, Andy? I'm just asking. Are you drunk or not?
Am I what?
Are you drunk?
I'm a little bit tipsy. I just came up from. But I hold my own on Tony's show, man. I was respectful then, but bro, I'm getting tired as well here. So
wait, so I gotta ask the question: What was you drinking, Andy?
Listen, we had Chivas, Regal, and we had a little bit of Absolute vodka. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Whoa, real quick. What proof is the first one? That sounds like 180 proof.
Yo, I told Iru in the chat, bro. In Poland, and I was in my father's-in-law house, right? If when you go to someone's house in Poland and someone serves you a drink, you don't say no. And if he changes the drink, you don't say no. If he wants you to drink, you don't say no. So it's like you have no way out. And since it's my father-in-law, he's like the mob boss. So I never say no. So, we drink vodka and chase it up with mineral water, with hot tea. Bro, whatever goes, whatever he says, I got to do it. So
just as
I never say no.
Your father-in-law's not Bill Cosby. Everything is all good.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, bro. It's not like that, but I think drinking is respectful though.
What Andy just said, that's just like in the Spanish culture. You never tell a Spanish mother no to her food. You're asking
exactly, bro.
You
can be full, but you can be full, but you gotta eat it up. So
no, you gotta eat that food. You never tell a black mother you're not taking off your shoes in a damn house. so it's certain things you don't do.
Yeah,
so I guess so in Poland,
exactly.
That's a part of your culture, right? So you have to drink.
Yeah, it's like, bro, you got no other way. It's literally disrespectful, man. So
yeah, definitely.
So Andy, can I ask you something?
Bro,
Since
go
we're
ahead.
talking about culture, what the fuck is the Knicks culture, Andy?
I don't know, bro.
Oh my god. So why you don't know, Andy?
Yo, listen, I think I was thinking that we're on a good path,
Mm-hmm.
like halfway through the almighty 4 seed,
Mm-hmm.
and then the shit just crumbled.
Where did it crumble at though?
Yo, it crumbled literally like the second game in the playoffs. When I saw that loss, bro, I was like, oh, the third game, right? Because we lost the first one, we won the second one, and we lost the third one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So after the third one, the third game in the playoffs, I was like, okay, we ain't we ain't kicking out of this one. So
Andy's
then the Randall performance through the whole season just opened my eyes. Like it was like bazinga, whatever, bro. It was like he got me. So I got punked, bro. I'm gonna say I got punked.
Yeah,
I got another stat for y'all. Thibs, you don't start the backup quarterback. That's the reason why they have backup quarterbacks and starting quarterbacks. Anyways, Jericho Sims has a total of 350 minutes played in the NBA. Mitch has played over 3K minutes played. Why I haven't seen Jericho Sims every game. Even games where Taj was getting mauled, even games where Mitch looked horrible, even games where you obviously need rebounding. What do we have to do to get, and this is a question for both of you guys, what do we have to do to get Thibs to get with the program? Because to me, if the Knicks bring back, matter of fact, this is the question, if the Knicks bring back after this summer Randall and Tom Thibodeau, I don't know what I'm gonna do to myself. I might drink bleach. I might put my head in the microwave. I don't know what I'm gonna do to myself, Andy. I don't know.
I want to be a spoiler alert, bro, but they gonna do it.
Word up. Just prepare for it. Spoiler alert, Tom Thibodeau and Randall's gonna be here next year.
Yeah.
That's it. The offense is not gonna change.
What is the incentive for that?
Bro. Well, I mean, listen, we're not qualified according to Tom Thibodeau. We're a bunch of casuals. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? We don't study like he studies. We don't watch the games three or four times like he does. We don't know what we're talking about. We don't know what we're talking about.
Man, it's messed up. It's messed up that we have to sit here and
Andy, you got one of your cousins here on YouTube with a super chat. He wants to know what you think about Jovic. What's your thoughts on Jovic?
Jovic, yeah, Nikola Jovic. Listen, I think I mentioned it on Twitter today because I got that question asked before. Just to keep it short, because I don't think he's gonna be that big of a guy in the NBA. Mm-hmm. I think he's gonna be better than Deni Avdija, but I think he's nowhere close to Luka Doncic, and whatever. He's a versatile, long, big man. He doesn't have the body strength for the NBA. He's shooting in Europe like 35%, 34, I think, percent from the from three. So he ain't gonna be like that of a shooter. Though I think shooting is actually the easiest thing that you can improve in the NBA. And what more? I don't think he's that good of a defender. So for him to get rotation minutes, he needs to get into a perfect situation. Literally into a perfect situation, into a crappy team just to get minutes on his first year. So that's why I think he's going to be chosen not in the lottery, just literally from 20 to 30 picked in the first round. And I think he might be stashed in Europe for a season or two. if he gets into Europe and into the NBA, I don't think he's going to get regular minutes on an NBA team.
Well,
And let me shout out Brick Nation. What up, Ernesto, bro?
shout outs to Brick Nation. Appreciate you. Well, I know Jovic won't be in it because Tom Thibodeau's still gonna be the coach. The biggest question that nobody has answered this question for me, right? And it's all centered around our coach. Derrick Rose will be back. I don't need to see him for the rest of the season.
I don't think he will be, though.
And what you're saying to me, Andy, is is Thibs won't be fired this offseason. Who's my starting point guard in September, brother? Because if Derrick Rose is my starting point guard, Andy, if he's my starting point, Andy, he better not be my starting point guard after the summer, bro.
Can I do it, Andy? Spoiler alert: it's gonna be Burks.
Alec Burks. No. Listen, guys, with the starting point guard thing, I think it might be a trick question. You guys know why? Because listen, if Thibs is the coach, and I'm like 99% sure he's going to be the coach, right? With his basketball philosophy, I think he basically doesn't need a point guard and a good center. He just needs a guy that can bring up the ball and pass it to Julius or to RJ. And matter of fact, also to RJ. So Hero, State, me, all of you guys in the chat can send in their CVs. We might get a starting point guard job in the Knicks. But
my resumes and shit, right? Make a mixtape and see what Tom Thibodeau thinks.
And listen, and listen, that might be the truth. Actually, I was thinking about it. We had Alfred Payton play with Thibs, and he was better than Alec Burks. Man, he was better than Alec Burks, bro. Doesn't that make you think something that this dude doesn't need a point guard? He had Kemba Walker, a former All-Star, and I think it was twice All-Star, right?
He was an All-Star the year before. He was also
the year before, bro. He has the ball handling, he has the passing, and I'm not saying passing as in plenty of assists numbers, right? He can pass the ball, and Thibs didn't use him. He used him, but he didn't use him to his strengths. That's why he got benched. Right. You can't tell me that the Knicks can say all of the Knicks failures before Kemba got benched is on Kemba.
It's not.
Come on, man.
Come
on, man.
Andy,
that will be the biggest BS you're gonna tell me.
My bad. Keep going, Andy. My bad.
Yeah. So listen, for me, that's not on Kemba. That's why one thing I was surprised how they benched him. The other thing is why they benched him. I understand that, fans and maybe the Knicks brass were thinking that, listen, we get Kemba, we're going to have an offensive, guy versus what we had with Alfred, and he's going to score and whatever. But if you ain't going to run plays for him or what he did in his career, why have him, right? If you're going to have, listen, the best point guard in the NBA, imagine CP3 just bringing up the ball up the court and passing it to Julius Randle and running to the corner.
It's not his game.
Can
I say something about that?
Go ahead, bro.
So, Andy, I'm going conspiracy theorist here, man, when it comes to Kemba Walker, man. This is another reason why I want Thibs fired. It was reports that Thibs didn't want Kemba Walker. I watched Tracy McGrady on the Knuckleheads podcast talk about how Isaiah Thomas wanted him, but his coach didn't want him, and he was just throwing me out there, and just throwing me out there to die out there. So I'm putting that on Thibs, man, because we was 12-14 with Kemba. He proceeds to bench him. Then we getting smoked up We got smoked the next 2-3 games. We got smoked. Then you bring Kemba Walker back into the starting lineup. And remember the first game he came back? What he did? 44 points, right?
Yeah.
So then you benched him again. For what? For what? That's on Thibs. That is MSG politics at its finest. If anybody thinks MSG don't do politics, no, they do politics. If MSG politics wasn't alive, you think Ty Lue would start Evan Fournier on this current Knicks team, seeing how Evan Fournier is getting blitzed on defense every night? You think Ty Lue will start him? You think Ty Lue will start Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier those consecutive amount of games? You think you think Julius Randle would slap an assistant coach laptop away if Ty Lue was the head coach? I'm just saying, you know, I blame everything on Thibs. All of the injuries is on Thibs. Everywhere he goes, injuries follow him. Grimes was hurt this year. Reddish is hurt. Mitch is hurt. RJ was hurt. Damn near every young guy was hurt. Obi was hurt. Everybody is hurt under this man. Everybody. So I need him fired, man. That Kemba Walker thing is another reason why I need him fired. Accountability. You let Alfred Payton run amok all year. You bench Kemba Walker and you proceed to start losing. Come on now. You're 64 years old. We don't know what the fuck we talking about, Andy. That's what Thibs told me and you. We don't know. We ain't watching the games. We don't watch games 2-3 times. You're not up past 12 midnight up in Poland, and I'm not at work right now, and Diehard not in his fucking house right now talking about the Knicks. Because we don't know what the hell we talking about.
The thing with Tom Thibodeau is that I've been watching Tom Thibodeau since Tom Thibodeau was here the first time. You know what I'm saying? So Tom Thibodeau, get the fuck out of here. You know, that's all I have to say. These coaches and whatever, you know, they're it's really a players' league with the talent wise and stuff like that. The coach's job is to get the players in the right positions to be successful. You know, and it shouldn't be about what's the coach's thing and that's it. It's a players' league. The coach's job is to get the other guys, you know, their team in spots to be successful. That's it. But he's taking it to the next level where it's the opposite. That's not right. It's just another example, right?
Thibs came in and he felt like Greg Popovich. Like he's like, okay, I'm gonna put it my way. And he ain't got the personnel for that. You ain't gonna build a house when you have, you know, ballerinas on the staff, right?
Yeah.
You want to make business, you do a dancing show.
Yeah.
not building houses, right? So
that's and little nipples too, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be Googling like crazy once we get off this podcast, man. I need to see something. To see something.
Yo, listen, the Thibs, and you want to know what else is crazy? Punch nice. You're correct. The Knicks didn't have to start Kemba Walker, but you know why? MSG politics once again is undefeated. So that's why he was never gonna come off the bench as a Knick. Never ever. Evan Fournier, you know why he ain't coming off the bench as a Knick? Got 18 million reasons why. So
yeah, at least at the beginning, right, of the season, he got 18 million reasons why. And listen, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That Kemba thing smelled, you know, bad at the beginning because I was thinking, like, listen, if they really saying that he got no legs like that, they just jumping on the money for the jerseys, bro. And I was like, for real, bro? Are they doing this to us? And I was thinking, like, listen, if they sign him, they need to think that there's a possibility that this guy could actually pan out. They can't be hoaxing the Knicks fans just for the jerseys. They did a marketing job on Kemba. You know, the next homecoming thing with like Carmelo and whatever. And then they benched him, bro. I was like, I couldn't believe it, bro.
It's nonsense to tell you the truth. But I mean, you know, after all that 70 games, look where we're at now. We're still talking about the same shit.
Yeah.
That's what's mind-boggling about this whole thing.
That's what I'm
yeah, man. Yeah, and then my thing is right. We could talk about it as blue as till we're blue in the face, but we have no say so. You know, we're just talking about it. We're analyzing it. We're giving our takes and stuff like that. We can't do nothing about it. So like Andy was saying, Tom Thibodeau's gonna be here next year. Julius Randle's gonna be here next year. More than likely, Alec Burke is gonna be a point guard next year. You know, so I mean, how do we get out of this situation? You know, what's gonna happen?
Hero,
What can we do?
yo, bro, let me tell you something. Something even worse, bro. Julius Randle might be in tomorrow. You know why? Because he saw Obi Toppin playing so good that he'd be like, "Oh, that dude ain't taking my minutes. I'm coming back."
Yeah.
Yo, I don't.
And he's gonna have that mindset that Obi Toppin is playing so good that dude might take my minutes next season. F him. I'm coming back.
And then if you look at the club, like I have this picture here with Fat Joe and Tom Thibodeau, and that same thing. RJ was there and Randall was there with Randall's wife and stuff. They're always at the same club. So you know that that Julius was giving him all the drinks and stuff and talking to his ear, squeezing his leg like State said, rubbing his leg. You know what I'm saying? So
And we're watching and we're watching the game the second time. Meanwhile, Tom Thibodeau in the club with Fat Joe, bro.
we don't watch it we don't watch it like the third time already. He in the club getting his leg rubbed by Julius Randle. We don't watch the game 3 times already. You know what I'm saying, man? So I hate to say, like we was talking about earlier, I hate to say shut the fuck up to people. You know, I hate to invite people to my penis and stuff. That I tend to do that sometimes. You know, I hate to do that, but Tom Thibodeau got us doing that, man. You know, Tom Thibodeau got us doing that, man. I don't know what's gonna stop the bleeding.
Firing his ass. That's what's going to stop the bleeding. And another thing that's going to stop the bleeding is Leon Rose. Leon Rose officially, once this season ends on April 15th, he's officially on state watch alert. Leon Rose. Leon Rose, from me to you. I think I told Diehard this about last week. It's sometimes in life where you have to cut off your friend to get to where you want to be. You have to cut some people off.
Shout out to Steve Mills.
Shout outs to Steve Mills. Right? Thibodeau. Leon Rose has to fire his friend this summer, bro. There is nothing nobody can tell me when it comes to why should we bring Thibodeau back next season. If you tell me continuity, I'm going to tell you, fuck you. Patrick Ewing had 5 coaches in his first 4 years. And Andy, I noticed this too, Andy. I want you to look for this narrative too, because a lot of people be doing this. A dude will be like, oh, so what about, they'll use RJ Barrett as like a shield in order to get their narrative across. And they'll say something like, so do you want RJ Barrett to have 4 coaches in his first 4 years? Motherfucker, you fire the coach until you get it right. That's it. That's it. So I want Knicks fans to continue to be loud about firing this man. Don't let shit go. Don't let shit slide no more. Right? Let's continue to be loud. I love when Thibs is under pressure. Oh, we don't know what you talking about. No, yes, we do, motherfucker. Because if we didn't, you wouldn't be talking like that in the pressure. Because it sounds like you're either talking directly to us or you're talking to World Wide West and upper management. So you're talking to somebody because you're crying now. So stop defending Randall as well. Because he told me shut the fuck up. And he gave me a thumbs down too. So stop it, Thibs.
Yo, speaking of letting shit slide, you know what I think we should do? I just Googled it. This is Chipotle's, right? Right at 8th Avenue and what's this, 34th Street and 8th Avenue. We should go all Knicks fans, all Knicks Twitter, go to Chipotle. We're gonna get the burrito. We're gonna stack it up. We might get a second burrito. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get us some tequila and then wait like 30 minutes or so. We're gonna do some jumping jacks in front of the place, and then we all just walk casually right in front of the garden and take a community shit right in front of the fucking steps to let these motherfuckers know that we're not fucking playing around anymore. We're tired of it already, man. You know, we're tired. That's the only thing that's gonna get their attention. Today, let me do the thing.
Today on the news today, a bunch of Knicks fans just went into the front of the garden and took a shit right in front of everything. So I mean, we're gonna have to figure out what's going on with these Knicks fans. Why are they shitting all over the front pitch?
You know what I'm saying? We need to do that.
Hold on, real quick, Andy, before you go. A dude just said to me on Twitter, all the haters to mute, especially you, the Julius Randle of haters. You're damn right I hate Randle, motherfucker. And I hate Thibs too. And I'm about to start hating Leon Rose, motherfucker. So you don't need to mute. These motherfuckers that be on Twitter, that be hiding behind Twitter addies or they ugly ass kids, I'm getting tired of them. I'm getting tired of them. I'm getting tired. I'm in New York. I'm outside. You can DM me. We can always meet up and have a cup of coffee. So stop with this disrespectful bullshit about all the haters. You still defend Randle after he told you shut the fuck up? Patrick Ewing never told fans shut the fuck up, Melo? Man. And then last thing, Andy, you said something that stuck with me too, and it came back to my brain. A lot of players come to the Knicks because we overpay. I always want people to remember that. The Knicks always overpay because people don't come here to be genuine. They're not genuinely coming here, right? Who else was going to give Randle that 60+ million? Y'all tell me. Who else was going to give Randle 117 million? Y'all tell me. Who else was going to give Alec Burks 30 million? Really? Nerlens 30 million? Really? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but did you guys talk about RJ's extension already?
We spoke about it yesterday. I don't have the energy.
So just quickly, what's your offer, State, to RJ?
What's my offer to RJ?
Sim told you can only offer one thing. That's it.
No. Sim said one
See
thing.
the city? That's the city. Well, you can't really see it right now. That's the city. Whatever that young man want, pay him. Whatever you want, give it to him. Pay him. That's it. Pay him. I already laid down the reasons why I'm giving RJ. Now, to keep it as a combo, would you pay RJ Barrett 5 years, $181 million? Ooh. That should make me shiver. Oh my!
Yeah, that gives me goosebumps thinking about that number, man. But I mean, it's not our money. It's not our money. That's what people say. But I mean, we're looking at it to the standpoint where we're trying to build a roster. So it's not our money, but then again, it is our money because we're spending all of our time and this and the other. That's why the NBA is worth all of this. That's why all these players can get all this money because we care about it so much. So we do have a stake in why and how much money these guys get, man. So I just had to say that. But I mean, we're talking about $36 million a year for somebody that's ascending. That's essentially what they did in Denver with that kid over there with the bad back. What's his name? Michael
MPJ
or Jr.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Michael Porter Jr. They just paid him all that money with a broken back. He hasn't played since since he signed that contract. So I mean, RJ doesn't have those injury problems, whatever. But still, RJ skips around the court like Fred Flintstone when he's driving his car. He has. I really don't know what we're looking at when it comes to RJ. Is he a good player on a bad team? Is he going to be what? I just don't know. But I mean, to give him $36 million right off the bat, it just saying is putting the crown on that kid's head. So once he gets that $36 million, you know what I'm saying? The venom is going to be going at him. That target is going to be on his back. You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
It's going to be on his lap, yo. So I mean, you guys got to be very careful with the actual. They all pay that kid, yo. Once they pay him, yo, y'all going to be shooting at that dude all for the rest of his career.
Context, right? So, dude said, I'm looking at Jaylen Brown's contract. Jaylen Brown got his contract at the average 13 points. Narrative dismissed. Anyway, when you talking about paying RJ, right? So, in my mind, if we paid RJ, Randle's traded. That's one. But two, and most importantly, you have to give him the keys to the roster. Meaning, you have to remove the vets in Randle. Randle's role in New York will never, ever change. Never, ever change. And Diehard, remember you told me that like a month ago. And I tried to fight against it. Diehard, you was 100% spot on. His role will never, ever change as a New York Knicks. So you have to remove him or you have to remove Thibs.
Well, Thibs, we were talking about it yesterday. I'm sorry, Andy. Go ahead.
And State, listen, what do you think about my offer, which would be, and I hope I'm not lowballing RJ with this offer. I'm telling RJ, listen, I'm giving you the extension this offseason, which means like in 10 games, 8 games, whatever we have left. And I'm putting on the table an offer of 5 years, 125 million,
Being
going
disrespectful.
up to.
Bill Duffy hang up on you, bro. You're not paying them John Collins money, bro. Be respectful.
No,
come back to the table with a better offer, bro.
State, let me finish. With incentives, if you make the All-Star team, for example, and the Knicks make the playoffs, you can make up to 150.
It's not enough, bro. That's disrespectful, bro. His agent is Bill Duffy. Bill Duffy is not.
And I'm giving him an all-trade clause. Still disrespectful? I'm not gonna lie. That no trade clause is worth a couple of million a year. I'm not gonna lie, because if shit turns south or hit the fan, whatever you want to say, that no trade clause is like, whoop, I'm out of here.
Yeah, but if we're talking about disrespectful, the disrespectful is him getting paid and we're still losing. If he gets that check and we're still in the same spot where Tom Thibodeau got Alec Burks as the point guard and we still running spin moves or just running guys into 3 defenders and the ball's not moving and all kind of stuff, all hell's gonna break loose down here.
So at that point, do you blame RJ the player or do you blame Thibs? Because then now we can say, can we give Randall a pass from this season? But then again, it's like Randall had got paid from last season, and his effort at times is non-existent. So even if I wanted to give Randall that excuse, I kind of
state. Mm-hmm. The day that RJ puts that autograph on that deal, and the number is bigger than Julius's number that he has, and by signing the 181, it's going to be bigger. Bro, RJ's contract is going to kick in after the next season. But if he signs it this offseason, that bullseye is on RJ. I don't care. People are going to talk that you took the money, bro. And that check ain't even going to cash in yet. And he's going to be blamed. So he's going to be blamed for that.
Julius Randle's don't even got the money yet, right? Julius Randle ain't even got the money yet. And then look at the flame on his ass.
Bro, it's going to be the same thing unless Randle, if he gets a lower number than Randle has, and Randle is still on this team, people are gonna F Julius Randle up straight up every game. RJ has a pass. If we trade Randle, RJ is the man, and the first time he misses a bucket, he on blast. He on blast, bro. The first time he misses a layup, he on blast. The first time he misses a free throw, he on blast.
I'm not mad at it. I'm ready for it.
I know you are. The question is he is.
He will be. Because listen, I've seen other young guys get max contracts. They can't even win 25 games. SGA. So, if I'm seeing these other dudes get max contracts, I just seen all the vets get paid off the almighty 4th seed. Every single one of these dudes got paid. And they only been here for a year. Randall, prior to the almighty 4th seed. So I can understand that. But all them other dudes, man, Nerlens Noel, come on now. You paid everybody else their money when they did not.
They didn't get 5 years 181 though. They didn't get 5 years 181.
They didn't get 5 years 125.
They didn't even get that. Yeah, they didn't get that.
Amari got 100 million. Nobody remembers how many years though, and he was the 100 million man.
Yeah.
Damn. And Allen Houston is still known as the $100 million.
Yeah.
God damn.
State. We don't remember how much Jerome James got, and we still said that contract was bad.
Oh nah, Jerome. I think he got like 6 years, 70 million or something like that.
But you ain't sure about you ain't sure about the number, and you say he's bad.
Oh man, it's the same old jump. I mean, we've been here before. That's why my energy with signing these guys is not so crazy, because we've been in and done it before. Like you said, we already mentioned Allen Houston. That same team with Allen Houston, we paid Shannon Anderson, we paid Howard Isley, we played, Clarence
Weatherspoon, yeah.
And Othello Harrison, we played. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not so upset about all this paying the money stuff. My thing is, man, can't we get a team together? Can we get a team together, man? You know? Can we get a team together? I sound like my man. I sound like my man here. Where's it at?
Find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
I sound like that dude.
Because I listen, I got tired of I get tired of dudes, man. And listen, 181 sounds crazy, bro. But I like the way Sim worded it because that is a great combo. Now, Andy, I understand the reason why you said 5 year, 125 million. I'm not mad at that, but RJ's agent is going to be mad at that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that if they're gonna bite that, or if they're like, listen, bro, that was disrespectful. We ain't taking less than 160 plus, incentives to 181. If that's the case, then like, ooh, let us sell those jerseys so we can get to 160.
Yeah, but Andy, see, you can't do stuff like that. That's bad business.
That's why for me at least, when I'm the front office, I want RJ to take the lowest number possible, right? But if I'm RJ, I want to get the deal done ASAP. I could leave money on the table if I get the deal signed this offseason. Because, like Sim said, Steph, whatever, on NBK, they were like, let him play out the next season. Bro, you know how many things can happen the next season? He can, tear an ACL wherever.
Whoa.
And he ain't getting that money. I'm going to spit it out, bro.
Where's the wood? Where's the wood? Oh, there it goes. Gotta knock on that wood, man.
Yeah. Listen, State, if that shit happens, he ain't getting none of that money. So that's why if I'm RJ, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a pay cut. I'm going to take, this kind of money, and I'm going to want this and this in incentives because I believe in myself. And now you build a team around me.
So real quick, I don't even think the most he could get is 181. Honestly, I think the most he could get is 160 because he hasn't made an All-Star team yet, and he hasn't made an All-NBA team. But I gotta make sure that I get the correct information.
I think it's 181 because he's a lottery pick that that probably because it's the shit is around that point that you can have like 8% or 8 or 12.5% each season as a raise, right? So when he has like 10.5 the last season, and then his deal basically runs out, and you sign him as a free agent, then you put out a certain number, and then that year based off, then you can give him like a raise each season. And unless he makes an all-star game, if he would make an all-star game literally next season, that would be the biggest number. If he doesn't make the all-star game, then it's a lower number.
Yeah. The incentives is what makes it 181. I don't think I think that's why Sim left that part out. But the incentives would make it 181. So the contract would be like 5 year 150 or 5 year 160. But with incentives, it goes up to 181. Now, will RJ get those incentives? I think he will. I think mentally he's there. I'm comfortable with him. Zion hasn't played all season. Ja Morant cried about his fans booing him earlier this year. His team is 16-2 without Ja Morant. I'm going RJ. I'm perfectly fine with the boring basketball player who I know is going to become great. I'm going to be fine with it. The RJ situation right now, it reminds me of, and I'm not comparing these two guys. I'm just comparing the situation. It reminds me of Paul Pierce situation in the early days of the Boston Celtics. Paul Pierce was old.
When he got shot?
Huh?
When he got shot?
Nah, he got stabbed up. Somebody stabbed him up in the club, man. Paul Pierce is a motherfucker, man. He got himself stabbed up as a young boy, and that still didn't shut his ass up. He's still talking shit to this day. Paul Pierce is crazy, man. But go ahead.
So what I'm getting at is Paul Pierce, his trajectory, like he was always a great player. By year 4, like the truth, by year 4, and he's making all-star teams and stuff, but he was never good enough to get over that hump. So in 07 and 08, what happens? Boston got a super team. How they get that super team? They got a couple assets. They waited a couple years, but at the same time, they kept Paul Pierce there. That's the point I'm getting at.
But they almost traded him, though. They almost traded him the year before that. They almost got rid of him.
They almost got rid of him when?
I think it was because of Danny Ainge. And then Danny Ainge blew everything up, traded all the picks and everything, and that's how they got, Ray Allen and KG and stuff.
Yeah, so I feel like that's the trajectory he's on right now, where he's figuring it out. We're trying to figure it out as a team. We're trying to figure out what pieces go together and what. Julius Randle reminds me of Antoine Walker.
Well, talk about that though. I mean, because we were talking about the KG and Ray Allen thing, but listen, the Antoine Walker and Randle situation that really lines up exactly what the Knicks are doing right now. But the problem is we don't have a coach. The coach is not doing his job. Because Antoine Walker, the way that he handles the ball a little bit more than normal power forwards, shoots a lot of threes and that type of thing, is basically Julius Randle. And then Paul Pierce, the way that he plays and the way that we want Archie to play, they're basically kind of neck and neck too. So I feel like it's the same thing. We could win with that style of play, but we just need a coach to get it together. That's the prime example right there, I think.
Wait. First of all, may God bless Anthony Mason's soul. I'm at the hospital where he was laid to rest at. This is disrespectful to Anthony Mason. Don't ever say this again on no other Nick Twitter platform or no other Nick YouTube platform, because if I see you say this, I'm going to look for you myself. So don't ever say this again, and you keep this comment to yourself. Thank you, brother.
Respectfully, Pudge.
respectfully. But I think 2 players is going to come join RJ Barrett, but it's going to take some time. We just got to be patient. We just got to get the foundation together. Well, I think the foundation is together, but we only have one blue chipper. That's my problem.
Here's another thing. Speaking of blue chipper, that same team that had Antoine Walker and Paul Pierce, they also had Chauncey Billups and during that team, but Chauncey Billups wasn't Chauncey Billups yet. They traded him to another team. He ended up doing whatever he did. But that's my thing with these Knicks. You might like quickly, you might like certain players, but sometimes you need to give up somebody to get to where you need to go. Because the Boston Celtics, if they would have kept Chauncey Billups and waited, they might not have gotten to where they wanted to go. So you have to take your assets and allocate them a different way to try to get to where you need to go. That was Ray Allen and that was KG. So there's so many different ways to move this thing. So that's the point I'm trying to make, man. Is we could talk about all this stuff the right way, this and the other, but you just gotta have a plan and just go all the way into it. Just dive into it and just go for it. And I think the Knicks right now, we're just sitting here with nothing. We're not doing anything. That's what's frustrating too. About all that.
Okay, guys. I'm not going to basically change the topic, but I got a question about the future building of this team. What do you guys think we're going to do with all these draft picks?
Yeah.
Because one thing, we ain't signing all of these guys.
Yeah.
We got literally no roster spots to sign all these picks.
That kid Jovic, Nikola Jovic, that might be a guy that we could get to stash the same way that we do on the other kid that we got.
But that's one guy. We got like 9 picks the next year.
Yeah,
next draft. I was telling Sim this joke. Maybe we're gonna draft a team, stash them in the G League, win an NBA G League team, the championship, and then just switch these guys to the NBA and try to win with those guys an NBA championship.
Yeah.
Like all 12 of them.
I know this motherfucker didn't compare Mitchell Robinson to Timothy Mozgov. This is why I can't do the Twitter stuff sometimes, bro. I can't. This Twitter thread that I'm on, I can't do it sometimes, bro. You got a guy right now. You're complaining about the young guys, and you're saying Leon Rose needs to get us talent. Motherfucker, we're capped out, and we're the 11th ranked Eastern Conference team. This is what some of y'all asked for. Y'all didn't. Yeah, this is what y'all asked for. Y'all asked for Leon Rose to use the $74 million in cap space. Yes or no? Yes. This is what y'all wanted.
But we had to.
Y'all wanted the almighty 4th seed. That's what y'all wanted. So yeah, this is the product that you get. Dumbasses say stuff like Mitchell Robinson is Timothy Mozgov, and this is why I cannot participate when talking basketball with some people. I can't listen to shit like that.
Yo, hey, Stay, you want to hear something funny? I'd rather have Timothy Mozgov right now than Mitch Robinson.
I'd rather have LeBron James than Julius Randle.
Yeah.
Damn.
If my uncle had tits, she'd be my aunt too. You know?
If I had weed, we'll be smoking right now. So
if was a 50, we'll be drunk, right? That's what they say.
Oh God. Damn, Andy, what's your last question? I think you asked a question. I forgot your question.
What would you do? What would you do with the picks that we got?
The picks? Oh, them picks. I've always been a proponent of, and I told Diehard this for like last 2 years or so. So after RJ Barrett's 3rd season, going into year 4, I want to win. I'm talking winning. I don't want to hear about these tank jobs.
This is this year you're talking about.
No,
3rd year going to the 4th year.
Basically, like this was the season. This season that we're in right now was my target season for the playoffs because I thought the first 2 years of RJ, I wanted the Knicks to tank so they could get the best possible assets they can get. Even if you don't want to keep those assets around RJ Barrett, you still have assets to trade because nobody wants the 18th overall pick, right? What the Knicks proceeded to do was win 21 games, start Mo Harkless and Alfred Payton over Frank Ntilikina and Kevin Knox. You win 21 games, COVID stoppage. You draft Julius Randle's backup with the 8th overall pick, who I love watching, by the way, more than Julius Randle. Over 3 lead guards and Tyrese Halliburton, Cole Anthony, and Tyrese Maxey. You go into the very next season, skip over that lottery. You give me Quentin Grimes, but you got Knicks fans on Twitter telling me Quentin Grimes is Klay Thompson. Quentin Grimes is no Scotty Barnes. But the fucked up part about that is you could have had both of them.
Yeah,
you still didn't answer the question, bro.
What
we doing with the 9? With the 9, trade him. Okay, gotcha. You gotta trade him because you ain't signing 9 picks in the next upcoming draft.
But that's where I was going to when you asked me that question. What would you do with the draft picks? I just laid out that I wanted to actually win this year. Like I didn't care about draft picks this year.
Yeah, but
so now
you know what's gonna
about the picks coming up though.
So
yeah, but
next year.
You know what's going to be state. You know what's going to be fucked up if we got like 6 picks and we got like the 22nd, 25th, 28th pick, and we're going to trade down for the next future pick and a future pick, and we're going to just basically do it every season. Nah, we got 3 first-round picks. It's going to be like the 25th, 22nd, and the 28th pick, and we're going to trade for the next year's pick, and then what's the point of that?
So specifically, to answer your question, just the most specific way I can, I'm trading multiple draft picks. I'll trade Randall. I'll trade Alec Burks. I'll trade Evan. I even trade one of the kids. You have to get me a point guard.
Just stand in the corner with Deuce and Walker standing. Doing nothing.
Where Frank Ntilikina was standing, where Alfred Payton was standing.
Yeah, there it is.
Yo, Stay. You know what's bothering me with Thibs as the coach? You can trade for CP3, and he's gonna make him bring up the ball, pass to Julius, and go run to the corner.
Oh God.
Yeah, the only point that would be awesome is on freaking Steph Curry. That would be the only point guard that we could use in that situation. You know, let's come in, give the ball to Randall, stand in the corner, wait for the shot.
Yo, Knicks Nation, you a Thibs defender? I'm not pro Thibs on here, bro. What? Thibs didn't want to trade. Duh. Why would you want to trade Grimes and you see Grimes show you what he showed you? Grimes is no Kevin Knox. I don't even compare the two. I learned my lesson when it comes to Knick draft picks. So I'm not doing.
You know, since we've been talking for like 2.5 hours now. I've been seeing Kevin Knox's name in the chat off and on. I've just been ignoring it. Like, why are we talking about Kevin Knox in the chat off and on? You know, I mean, Kevin, the people that
you should be happy because that must have been him, bro. You think he has like burner accounts, bro? I think that must have been him, bro. He ain't got no fans here.
That's probably him. 112. That's probably him. That's probably Thibs right there.
It probably is, man. It probably is Thibs, man. If that is Thibs, you're a fucking idiot, man. For me, you're a fucking idiot. You need to go have some sex, man. That's what you need, man. You don't have no wife. You don't have no kids. You need to get some release. That's what I think that's another problem with him, man. He need to go pay for something, man. Yeah, because my God, bro.
Tom Thibodeau was there hanging out with Fat Joe and all that, but I didn't see him in no later pictures. So maybe he picked up a chick and was out. You know, maybe somebody. You know, you never know.
You know, yo, this the Knick head coach. Oh, hi Thibodeau. You know, he can get him 3 joints. Yeah, you can come. Yeah.
He's like, how you doing? You want to hang out with the Knicks head coach? Come on, let's go watch some game film.
Oh,
we're gonna watch the Knicks game 4 or 5 times. This is funny, baby.
Almighty 4th seed.
Yo,
well, I ain't got nothing else, fellas.
I just remind myself when you know, you guys remember the situation where Grimes traveled last game, and they showed the camera on Thibs, and Thibs was like to Grimes like that penguin, the penguin laugh from Batman.
Nah, you seen the one? You seen the one with Jericho Sims? He forgot to slide his feet to the basket, and Thibs literally ran on the court like this.
Came through with the Superman punch, like he was gonna go.
Oh my God, man! Oh God. I don't, but I'm working on kids right now as we speak. I'm shooting up the club every time, champ.
In 2022, I hope nobody's is getting prostitutes, man. 2022, right now, everybody's doing everybody right now, so there's no need to get a prostitute.
Yo, I got a cruel joke, bro, but I'm gonna say it offline, bro.
You got to say it offline. Don't get this shit. Shut up, man.
Stay, you know, I keep the the dangerous ones offline.
Yeah. For those that don't know, I guess people see it now. Andy's a crazy dude, man. He's a crazy guy.
Yo, Sim makes it clear on MBK, bro. You gotta have podcast etiquette. Never sent me the memo, so
there's no etiquette on that pod, man. Yo, that's the thing. If I ever go on Simmons pod, I'm always on my best behavior, unless Guillermo's on there. If Guillermo's on there, it's a different story. You know, but especially Queen. When Queen is on there, I'm on my best behavior, man. You know, so it is what it is. Shout out to Guillermo, man. I would never go on Guillermo's show ever again. I went one time when he first started. We had a nice good podcast, man. But that dude is out of control, man. He was good. You know, I give it to Guillermo. Guillermo was really good, man. But I mean, that dude is crazy, bro. He's a freaking nut.
I'm not gonna lie. I like going to his podcasts because he literally knows my sense of humor, and he knows that most of the time I'm trolling him. So and I go on Twitter after him, like literally after him. And him saying those jokes that this guy is his son, bro. I'm taking that to another level, bro. I'm tagging Durex Global. Whatever it takes, bro.
You know how to rub Guillermo's leg. You rub his leg nice.
Yeah. I'm going after him.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing else, fellas. I didn't got everything I wanted to say out. I'm actually ending the Twitter Spaces, by the way. I appreciate all of you guys who tuned in. the past 2 hours and a half. Jesus, on Twitter Spaces. I
I'm
appreciate
sorry about the audio
everybody.
because State didn't tell me he was going on Twitter Spaces. I would have made the audio a little bit better for you guys, but State don't communicate. But that's how State is, though.
My fault. I Julius Randle Jew today. My fault. That's my fault. I gotta have better communication next time. That's my fault, brother.
Yeah, just don't telling you love me and all that stuff, man. I don't love no man. Everybody keeps saying I love you, like, I don't know.
Oh,
Give me a nice little strong shoulder hug, to make sure our stomachs don't touch and shit like that,
Oh man, but yeah, man. I'm salute to all the dogs, man. I appreciate everybody, man. Hey, I'm done, man. I'm done.
Andy, what time is it? Where you at?
1 a.m. And I think we're gonna actually change the time, like from 1 to 2 now, so it's gonna be 2 a.m.
Oh my god. God bless you, Andy.
Hey, yo, nah, see, this is why I love big fans. So I go to Twitter. The first tweet I see is State commenting on Thibs' sex life on Twitter Spaces. I choose to. What you want me to say? What you want me to say, Wood? What you want me to say?
Yo, no one better, tag me on those, big titties, small nipples thing, though.
I'm about to make a T-shirt now with your face and say "Big titties, small nipples" on it.
Listen, man. If you see a man after the age of 30 and he look like he's up in his shits and he look like he's agitated, that man might need some sex. When I look at Thibs, that man needs a prostitute or something. He needs something.
The older you get, man, sex is not the move, man. The older you get, I just want to get drunk and pass out somewhere, and then hopefully I wake up with no pains in my feet and shit like that. Look at Andy. If you get married, you want to talk about some sex? I haven't had sex in like 10 years, man. According to with my wife, man. At least that's what I remember how it used to be. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. Oh god, man.
Peace to Jarrell, because I think Jarrell, me and Jarrell was talking earlier, man. Me and him, the only ones that understands our jokes. Because we are men of a certain age, so we the only ones that understand each other.
Oh man, yo, I'm out of here, fellas, man. Yo, nah, man. I know you could put the screen up again. The Apple Podcast, Google, Stitcher, Player FM, TuneIn, Google Podcast, Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Diehard Knicks, State of the New York Knicks, Kang, my guy Andy pulled up. Go shave your cojones, man, with the Manscaped. No babies allowed.
Yeah, if you're talking about getting some sex, go shave your nuts, man. Stop letting so some of these guys, especially the older you get, man, your freaking dick hair is longer than your dick. You know what I'm saying? You got to handle that. Get yourself together, bro.
Oh God, man. Yo, man, Andy, I appreciate you coming on the show. Once again, I apologize, Emmanuel Quickly. I love you, Emmanuel Quickly. You keep balling out, brother. You're not the first rookie I would trade out the door. I apologize. That new title goes to, I ain't even going to say his name right now. We're going to wait for another podcast. So I'm going to holler at you guys, man.
Peace.
Peace, bro.
Peace.
Yeah, man. Peace, Mr. Andy. I don't know how you do it, bro. I don't know how you do it. All right, let's get up out of here. Peace, guys. 4 fingers to the forehead, tucking the thumb. I'll see you guys later.